Okay,
We're back.
we're back. It took us a while, but we are back to doing this. It's time. It's time for Ventus.
That's my preferred size at a Starbucks.
Give me a Ventus mochaccino and I guess an aqua steamed latte.
And a Terra.
Yeah, just give me a Terra. You know.
You know, just one of them.
Yeah.
Surprise me.
Let me just tweet to my followers that we are live.
Today you will be examined for the mark of mastery. Not one, but two of the Keyblades chosen stand here as candidates. But this is neither a competition nor a battle for supremacy. Not a test of...
It's not have voice acting.
No, it does. Can you not hear it?
My volume might be set too low. One second.
I am sure our guest...
I might have turned it down a little bit too low on my end too. Once this cutscene is over, I can adjust that setting. Yeah,
I'm just hearing like fantastical music. I'm not hearing any voices at all.
Yeah, I think I might have it turned down too low.
Then let the examination begin.
Let's see.
Can I get to it? Nope, not yet. Probably have to be in like a menu.
And like you can hear their voices fine.
Yeah, it is pretty quiet though, so I can probably adjust that.
Okay, because I like turned the volume on the stream way up, and like I'm just not hearing any voices. It's strange.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wait a minute, this isn't a Nintendo game. Why is this like this?
Let me make sure we actually am live too. Okay, I am cool. Cool. No, I can't get to it right now.
Well, now I can hear his battle barks fine. So it's just the voice acting.
Huh.
Weird. Hello.
Hi.
How are you, Sarah?
I'm sleepy. I'm a
I
sleepy
see.
beepy lately.
We're a bunch of sleepy bitches today, turns
Listen,
out.
you know, sometimes you just get struck with sleepy bitch disorder.
It happens to the best of us. I hear there's a cure, but it's very costly.
Oh God. And I'm not willing to pay that price. I'm sorry.
It's like
No.
$3.50, and you have to go to Dr. Starbuck for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mentioned it in the Umineko chat earlier, but my problem is that like I went to bed at a normal hour,
Yeah, I
and then
saw.
woke up at 4 a.m. just at like full brain awake, just thinking about red text.
And it may that's the actual witch's curse of Umineko.
Well, I don't remember if I mentioned this to you when I was playing it last year, but there was a point relatively early on, like in episode 2 or 3, where like I was playing and I had to stop. Or no, it was in episode 2, and I had to stop for a bit because I had like a really bad migraine, right?
Uh-huh.
And I took some medicine to lay down for it, but you know, like it takes the Excedrin like 20-30 minutes to like fully kick in.
Sure.
And while I'm laying there, I had this thing where I was in this like super exhausted, like half dreaming state where my brain was just hallucinating Umineko episodes that I had not read.
Yeah.
It was just
Saturn?
inventing scenarios with
Yeah.
Umineko characters.
Saturn, I'm gonna tell you something right now, and I mean
Yeah?
this with full honesty. That's the plot to an episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
I think it's also the plot to Darren Aronofsky's directorial debut, Pi.
That's correct, actually.
Like there is an episode where Carl gets a TV, like a radio tower installed in his house, and it just airs this program that gives him like these massive migraines and nosebleeds.
Yeah.
But he's like, they pay me 40 biggins a month.
More than anything, Carl needed money right now.
More than, in just bold letters, more than anything, Carl needed a lot of money right now.
And unfortunately, Carl got 20 big ones, and that's it.
The idea of him going through all this for $40 a month
Yeah.
is the real highlight.
Hey, that $40 a month pays for like 2 or maybe 3 of his porn sites.
That's correct.
And he works out of the home.
Oh, God. How do I get this candle lit?
I will lighten some candles.
Yeah, I got one of those fun wood wick kind.
Ooh.
Oh.
It makes a fun noise because it's wood, so it kind of crackles pleasantly.
Like a fire pit.
Yeah. Have you never seen those, Saturn?
No, the person I was in a relationship with for...
Oh, that's right. Very sensitive to smell.
Yeah, so like we just didn't keep a lot of candles around because like I was not aware of this new wood wick candle technology.
Yeah, it's neat. So as the name implies,
I'm not
obviously
actually-
the
I
wick
just realized.
is the yes.
And I'm sorry, I just realized I wasn't keeping an eye on the actual stream. So there we go.
That's okay. Yeah, no, but like as the name implies, it has a wood. Like the wick is made out of wood. It's about an inch thick piece of wood stuck into or an inch wide piece of wood stuck into the wax, and it burns like a normal wick, but it has the wonderful side effect of making like a pleasant little crackling noise, like you have a tiny fire going in your house, which I mean you do.
That's nice.
It's very nice. I love it. So
Sounds pleasant. I'll have to look into that.
it's very nice. It's quiet. It's serene.
'Cause I miss lighting candles. I
yes.
like a good scent.
Where did Ven get that mask?
Oh, buddy.
From the Second Life asset
Party City.
store.
Oh, it has a book that's labeled Birth by Sleep and Ultimania.
Wow.
Getting to
I can't
see-
believe he has the novelization of Persona 4 Ultimax.
Oh, God.
Look, whoever you are, you really look like Deathstroke from Teen Titans.
It's really cool. In Kingdom Hearts 3, Vanitas wears the organization cloak, and it makes him look like the coolest form of robot ever, which is robot in black leather jacket with biker helmet.
That's correct.
You're right. I follow that one artist.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Is it Sarah Stone? Saren
Saren
Stone?
Stone.
Saren Stone, yes.
I follow Saren Stone.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know the appeal of a cool robot in a black leather trench coat with a
Saren
biker
Stone
helmet.
is so big-brained. I still think constantly about how Saren Stone, when they were a child, was like, I love Starscream. And then 20 years later, they kicked down the door of IDW like, I'm going to draw Starscream, and you're going to pay me for it. And he's going to be the hottest, sluttiest Starscream you've ever seen in your life. And IDW went, yeah, okay.
I'm very proud of Saren Stone and James Roberts for growing up with Transformers and being like, one day I'll be there, and then they were, and they did it better than anyone else.
You know, because like when you're a kid, or when you're a teenager, because, you know, you're a teenager and you're like, one day I'm going to make this thing I like, and I'm going to make it exactly as horny as I've always wanted it to actually be in my head. And then they did. They did exactly that, actually. It's incredible. Yeah.
Good.
You know, like, just imagine. Imagine
If I had
that kind of power.
If I had that kind of power over Fallout, it's all over for you freaks.
Oh, no, absolutely.
One
You
day
can
we're
take
just
the
Sarah and I
franchise
are
you
just
love
gonna
and
are
make
just
it
gonna
ins-
fucking break into Bethesda's office and be like, it's ours now.
Just show up at Todd's house, like, give it to me now.
I can
problem
fix
is that-
her.
Once again, I'm the freak who it's like, yeah, New Vegas is cool, whatever. Put down that first-person 3D exploration. We're making an action isometric shooter RPG, and you're gonna fucking deal with it.
You don't have any choice. I think that would be great.
So Todd's just like, so you mean it's gonna play like Hades? I'm like, yeah, I mean it's gonna play like Hades, moron. Move over.
What are you, fucking stupid? God, Vent's armor is so cool.
You want to do a dodge roll and then immediately dome a guy. That's right.
Yeah. Yes, Todd, that's exactly what I want, you little freak.
Dude,
That's
fucking,
right.
fucking, you go to a vault and the vault is a fucking roguelike. Like it's a constantly shifting environment with like a million floors.
Yes!
It's fucking
Yeah,
nice
see?
Do it, absolutely. And what you learn, you can even do Bethesda's stupid thing where it's set 200 years in the future so that it can be like a vault that got a little out of control. So there's like multiple different kind of zones of the vault that are like have different people living in them who haven't talked to the other people in the vault in like 60 years.
See, that's the great vault use case for, we have an experimental AI, but also we gave the experimental AI the keys to the matter fabricator.
That's correct.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, we expected it would be operational within normal parameters for about 50 years.
Well, about that.
I'm just
And it did do it. It did do it. It made it 50
great.
years. But it continued to operate for about 150 years after that, and now there's this sort of underground Winchester house. Of just stairs that go nowhere. Yeah, like that would be great. I'd love that.
Awesome.
And
And then also, aside from that, it's just an RPG on the outside of the vault.
Yeah.
Because, like, I just think, you know, that's a series that has its roots in isometric shit, and I think you just turn that into an isometric action game and just make it a fucking Disco Elysium with actual, like, traditional RPG stuff in it.
Yeah, that's correct.
Not to
Perfect.
be too like ideas guy about it, but yeah, just mash Hades and Disco Elysium with a big spoon in the Fallout bowl and just scoop the slop up.
Yeah, skip the stuff.
And then spread the slop on my plate and put some gravy on top. I don't care.
And then you give it, like, kind of a cool DC Comics looking, or not DC Comics, EC Comics looking, like, kind of aesthetic to go with all their comic stuff. And, like, you got it. You got it.
There you go.
That's
You
all
did
in
it.
one.
You put, and you know what you do? You don't even have to make it a mainline Fallout game. You put it on the Switch, and you watch it sell approximately 700 million goddamn copies. And then you're good forever.
Nintendo has sold nearly 100 million of those fucking things.
Yeah.
Correct. That is such an easy market to tap into with just like, this is a Fallout that will run effortlessly on the Switch. It's like Disco Elysium and Hades. You're welcome.
There are almost no good Western RPGs on Switch. Believe me, I've looked.
But
you can play The Witcher 3, but it looks like it's been rubbed in Vaseline. Do not play The Witcher 3.
Together we can fix this.
I think technically, did they ever put Disco Elysium on Switch?
Yes.
I know they did it on other
They did.
consoles.
Yep, it is.
Okay. I was just say, I know Disco Elysium's on there, and that's because it would be really sad if a Switch couldn't run Disco Elysium.
Now, I don't know how well it runs Disco Elysium.
I can't imagine it's that bad because it's Disco Elysium. You're not doing frame perfect parries in Disco Elysium.
You can turn the render resolution down to like 540p, and I promise you, no one will notice.
Let me into this Alliance Raid Roulette.
I do
problem
like
is, like-
playing as Ventus. I will say that his dodge roll is probably the silliest of any character. Because
Wait,
he does a regular kindergartner somersault.
Yeah, he just kind of like throws himself at the ground.
Like with his legs flying, like flailing
Flailing.
about.
He tumbles with no momentum, like he was running, and then like a gust of wind just pushed him over while he was running, and he recovered from it very gracefully.
Yeah.
I mean, he wields his Keyblade backhand like he's a fucking ninja, and he's very acrobatic, but he's got this.
You got that.
It doesn't.
Well, if I recall correctly, if the timeline on when this is Birth by Sleep, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is like 2012, 2013, right?
Birth
Yes?
by Sleep. No.
2011?
Because this is a 3DS game.
This is a PSP. It's a PSP game.
2012.
Oh, really?
Dream Drop Distance came out in 2012, so this would
that's what I'm
been 2010?
Okay, 2010. The timeline works out that Tetsuya Nomura watched Star Wars Fallen Jedi, whatever the fuck it's called, the one with Star Killer, and it's like, oh fuck, that's so cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Well,
That's cool.
Yeah, this is Birth by Sleep. This is the most Star Wars of the Kingdom Hearts.
That's correct.
So every
It's a
Square
Final
Enix
Fantasy
property
game.
needs its FF12. I say.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Is it's now a Final Fantasy game because it's like Star Wars. That's how that works.
Also, fun thing about Dwarf Woodlands in Ventus campaign is that Birth by Sleep, because it's a PSP game originally, has a very minimal cast. You know, about
Yeah, of course.
Only a handful of actual Disney characters per world because they can't really afford to show anyone else. Dwarf Woodlands has the most characters because it has all 7 dwarves in it. Because they're like, well, we can't not put all 7 in.
You can't do Snow White and the 3 dwarves. I'm sorry.
We can't have Snow White and the one dwarf who wears 7 hats.
That's correct. Unfortunately, the dwarves and Snow White and the 7 dwarves all have unique designs. I guess that's not really unfortunately, like, good for Disney. Like, it looks great. However, for Square Enix making a video game for the PlayStation Portable, unfortunately, all 7 dwarves have different designs.
Yeah, this is probably one of the most expensive parts to develop of this game, just by dint of the amount of unique character models you had to
That's
make.
correct.
Yeah, they're like, we gotta put how many? They all gotta be in the same frame? Are you kidding me?
Oh no! You don't understand how this engine works. Do it anyways. Fine.
This is also one, like, because I'm gonna talk about fucking voice actor trivia, because what else am I gonna talk about with my life?
Oh, that's fair.
This is a weird situation where, like, so Disney has, like, official voice actors for every character, right?
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time the dwarves were needed for something that wasn't Kingdom Hearts?
Never is the answer.
Like, I guess maybe they're in the theme park somewhere. Like I guess they're doing those big, like, little videos and whatnot.
Yeah.
While
that
you're
makes
waiting for the
sense.
ride.
But also, like, how often you gotta get those people to record new content for the theme park?
Like, I'm sure, like, fucking Mickey's House of Mouse, right? That old cartoon that used to run in the day. Like, I'm sure there was an episode that had the dwarves running around in it. But again, how often is that going to happen?
And also, how many of them are just like Corey Burton?
Right.
Like you look at like the official Disney wiki, and it's like Corey Burton plays 5 of them now.
Look, I mean, like, if it works for Bethesda, it can work for Disney. Just, like, get one guy to do all the voices in your video game. That guy who voices the Protectrons voices half the characters in Oblivion.
Like, I'm gonna, if we listen closely to, like, Grumpy, he's just gonna sound like animated Ratchet.
It's like, hang on a second.
Wait
He can't keep getting away with this.
I like that the chest has a keyhole on it, and with your giant key, you just sort of tap the top of the chest, and like nowhere near the keyhole, and it just opens.
It is funny, in the original initial trailer for Kingdom Hearts, actually did show Sora physically putting the Keyblade in like a giant lock to unlock it. And that just didn't happen at all in the game.
Well, that's okay, because you know what picked up that slack?
What's that?
Dark Souls 2.
Really?
There's a bit in Dark
Souls?
Yes, and it's a key item, and it's also a weapon. So it's literally a Keyblade, and it's a sword that looks like a key. And you have to take it to a place where there's this, like, you know, in the tradition of Dark Souls, there's this horrible undead mummy creature who just simply screams in pain and begs for death. And it's blocking a door that it is chained to with this giant padlock in its, either its chest or its face, I forget. And you shove the Keyblade into the lock and release it from its eternal torment to progress in the video game.
Oh, perfect. Wait, I have shot lock. I can be doing that now.
I love Deadeye mode in Red Dead Redemption.
The reason why they can't have so many characters in Birth by Sleep is because they spent all their resources on shotlock mode. It's like, yeah, we're gonna have really, really basic combat, nothing, not at all like Kingdom Hearts 2. It's a handheld game, we can't really afford that. We're gonna put this really fucking cool abstract feature where you can like lock onto enemies and fire off a barrage of attacks.
As you do.
Someone. 1 second. 1 second.
I hear the sounds of somebody struggling. Saturn's been killed.
Oh no.
I'm okay. Somehow my power block got disconnected from the wall, and so again, it made a loud beep noise at me to let me know that it had happened.
Oh, that's nice.
So I had to go down there and readjust it. I was going to say, though, before that happened, I'm glad there's a Variety article earlier today, right? It's just about, like, how they talked to some people who were working on the James Bond series about, like, Daniel Craig's out for James Bond, so, like, how are you approaching casting a new James Bond or whatever? And they kind of gave... after the last one, he's finally free.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
And apparently, like, the way they've talked about it, and, like, kind of who they're looking for and, like, what kind of energy they're looking for... The takeaway from the Variety article is ultimately what gets posted in this like headline tweet, which is James Bond fans can expect a relatively unknown male in his 30s to take over for 007 role. Because that's just kind of the vibe they're looking for. And I love this quote retweet that I saw of that with just a picture of Pat eating chocolates in his closet.
That's correct. International man of mystery. Definitely mysterious.
I have also obviously seen posited Germa in that same role.
Oh yeah, no.
Appropriately with a picture of him holding like an extremely cartoonish airsoft gun.
Oh, Germa. One day I'll actually watch one of your streams. I know nothing about.
Yeah, I don't know anything about.
He is a completely normal streamer in most respects. It's just that he does lots of because he makes so much fucking Twitch money. He just does lots of weird, overproduced stunts and weird shit, like he put on a performance baseball game, right?
Yes, I remember hearing about that.
And a bunch of wizards and a bunch of magicians. And it's like he just does stuff like that, and that stuff's all really fun. Aside from that, though, he's just like a fairly normal Twitch streamer.
Not soaked in blood. Ow! Not soaked in blood, and not actively saying slurs.
No, he funnily enough, he actually got his start as like a popular TF2 YouTuber like fucking 10 years ago.
Oh, nice, good for him.
And just sort of converted that.
Come on, I'm telling you, I'm no thief.
Ah, that's what they all say. Well, we're on to you.
I think that is Corey Burton, actually. Now that I say it, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Of course.
Oh, but can you tell me where I can?
How's FF14 going, Sarah?
I'm in World of Darkness. How do you think it's going?
Oh.
Thanks.
Well,
you can't win them all.
I don't hear anything from it. It's just whenever there's that like bring like a ready check or like whatever.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that specific sound effect
comes from my controller. Yeah.
Just very quietly it comes through, and I'm like, something's happening.
something popped in FF14. I see.
It is in fact Corey Burton doing his voice.
Yep. We got Ansem the Wise, Captain Hook, Magic Mirror, Yen Sid, Dale, and Grumpy from good old Corey Burton.
Good for him.
They call that work. Also, Jim Cummings, quite a lot of people on here.
Oh, Jim Cummings
nice.
has always been a lot of people in Disney stuff. Like,
let's see. Who else has a lot of credits in here? Russie Taylor. Who's that?
That's Minnie and the triplets.
Yeah, I was gonna say she has a ton of credits on here, but probably because of voicing the triplets. I just always love that when you have like a voice cast where it's like this person voices this character, this person voices this character, this person voices 7 different characters that have absolutely no relation to each other.
Mel Blanc's entire career.
Hey, Stormcore.
That and yelling.
It's always funny to me when it's like the opposite of. You think about like Simpsons, for instance, right? Where like Dan Castellaneta voices Homer and Krusty and it said, you know, blah blah blah, and like everyone's like the main cast voices like a bunch of people, and Tracy Heardley only voices Lisa.
That's correct.
You know what? Good for her.
Good for her. Stay winning, queen. Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna be the person making like $3 million an episode on The Simpsons, like with everyone else, I want to be the person on The Simpsons who's making $3 million an episode for the least amount of work.
Make work job, but for voice
acting professionally for like 30 plus years.
That's correct.
Voice actors dream of a gig that's stable and rewarding.
Lasting forever.
I would give up any ambition I had of being like creative or varied if I knew I'd get paid $3 million an episode to voice a character on The Simpsons.
Yeah, no,
I don't care.
for sure.
I don't care how bad the writing in that show is.
I don't give a fuck.
I'll say
Saying
whatever.
lines.
Sarah and I have said it time and time again. I'll sell out in an instant.
Oh yes.
It wouldn't even take that much money in the grand scheme of things, for depending what you're asking, you know.
What you're asking, who's asking? Yes, baby. We will take a sponsorship. If you're gonna pay us even, I don't know, a couple $100 a month, fuck.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'll shill any product. Like people always get like annoyed at like Twitch streamers or YouTubers for like, you know, doing ads and whatnot. And I'm like, fucking, I'll say whatever the fuck you want me to say.
I gotta get paid, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't have to believe in it. I always think of when Super Best Friend Cast got paid to do what's it? They did Inhumans, and then before they had to do their Inhumans promo, Pat talked about how he watched the Inhumans and how much he hated it.
Yeah.
And then Wooly was like, "All right, so our sponsor this week is Marvel's Inhumans."
I wonder if he literally ever earned a penny from Marvel ever again after that.
No.
They got paid to do that, and then they did not get that sponsor again.
That's correct.
That's right. Good for them.
That's what you get when you don't check the docket.
It's so funny. Oh god. I always see people like complain about like, you know, even Tumblr running ads. I'm like, do you know how minimal Tumblr's ads are? How insane they are? Like,
I don't even know what they're selling. What is Pika Man selling?
Also, I'll be real. You know what? The thing about Tumblr ads is that unlike a lot of other ads, you can still just use uBlock Plus and those things don't fucking show up.
That's correct. It's like, just use a fucking ad blocker. And also, I don't know, they gotta make money too.
Yeah, like, let me put it this way.
It's the only good social media network left.
I don't begrudge We Hate Movies for doing, like, tons and tons and tons of advertisements for, like, shady CBD products and also BetterHelp.
Yeah.
And I don't like having to listen to it twice an episode, but also I get it.
Sure, we all gotta eat.
This line coming up is great.
I think the voice acting's still fucked up for me.
You were probably just
I heard it earlier.
Like, I hear it in battles, but I'm not hearing it in cutscenes, like, at all.
It's quieter for some reason, but no, Ven's just like, you were probably just seeing things. It always happens to all of us when we're afraid. It's like, Ven, do you want to talk about something?
The Hat Man. Oh, the who?
Yeah,
is this suddenly not a safe space?
Ventus, are you doing a Shiro Emiya right now?
Snow White is like, I took some Benadryl and saw the Hat Man. It's like, we all see that.
Don't worry, Ren. It's normal to hallucinate when you're scared.
That's right.
How do you know that? That sounds.
I can't answer that question without feeling like you're gonna judge me. Suspicious.
I heard it from a friend. You have friends?
I have a friend.
He's got the one friend. He has Issei.
He's got the one friend who he tries to violently undress in the student council room in that one round.
And then Issei does not bring it up ever again. He's like, that was weird. Anyway.
goes along with it. He's a friend. He understands.
The thing is, Issei in that moment, not keyed into the rest of the events of what's happening at UBW, just goes, "Oh, I'm in a yaoi right now."
I'm having a yaoi moment.
Or the other
Venya.
explanation is Issei is Shiro's friend, and so he's like, in the grand scheme of things, this isn't that out of character.
This isn't the weirdest thing that Shiro's ever done.
Right, friend just looking at him like, "Are you okay?" And Issei's like, "Oh no, this isn't the first time Shiro's ripped all my clothing off."
It's like, what is he? No, he's just weird. He's like Queen with Birdley. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just annoying.
It's like, no, this is normal Shiro behavior. He's like a horse where if he sees a bush that he doesn't recognize, there's a chance he'll suddenly have a heart attack and die.
Shiros are like dogs. He just kind of does things arbitrarily.
He just has to rip my clothes off sometimes so he can check to make sure I haven't transformed to some sort of fungal plantoid underneath there.
It's like, okay, I see.
One
Is that a
time he
normal
thought I was a
relationship for
living
you, Issei?
scarecrow.
Oh.
Well, damn, Snow White, I guess you were right. The Hat Man does exist.
Well, you know what? That's what you get for doubting Snow White.
Don't gaslight Snow White, Ventus. Come on.
That's fucked up.
She's like 15 in this. She'll believe anything.
She's just 15 in general.
I think she's 15 forever. I think that's how these things usually work.
I hate it here. I hate World of Darkness so much.
Oh, I see. I thought that was in reaction to the agelessness of Disney characters. Like, I don't know what to tell you, Sarah.
No,
I don't know what to tell
like,
you, Sarah. The only one
that's normal.
The only one who is allowed to age is Max Goof.
A fate worse than death. Someday Max Goof is going to be older than his dad.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm sorry, son. I didn't pass down my immortality to you.
They tried to. Well, yeah, they all drank the immortal juice from Picano.
That's correct, but that doesn't pass on to kids.
We're all true elementals, son.
Right up until the copyright expires. Once we become public domain, we can die.
Arquade turned me into a vampire.
You see what happens is they tried to age the triplets once, and it was such a bad idea they had to revert it immediately.
Flowers by the woods.
God, that one tickled me.
Arquade turned me into a vampire.
Sora, have you met my friend Nekowark?
Donald Duck.
It's just Nekowark in an Organization 13 hood. And she's like, are you in Organization 13? No.
She's like, no, I found this.
I found it on a guy who I killed. Which guy? I don't know.
I wasn't paying attention.
They had some kind of color of hair. Might have been a girl, not sure.
Who knows? You know what? Mysterious.
You expect to
It
remember
cuts
everyone.
over, it's just Mickey Mouse dead on the floor.
Yeah.
Which way am I going now? Oh yeah, I have to go back over here. That's right.
God almighty.
Oh god.
Oh, the debuff.
The debuff is powerful tonight. Maybe because I'm tired. I need to get some alcohol.
Can I save recently? I can.
I haven't had alcohol. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm like.
Watch out for
considering.
poison puddles. Good advice.
It used to be easier to indulge my vices when I lived near a Publix that had an attached liquor store. But the one I'm at now doesn't.
Yeah.
Because it's very near to a community that is upset about the premise of having an on-site liquor store. But I don't know either. So I either have to go to the Sam's Club, which isn't far away, but it involves going to the Sam's Club, which is an ordeal either way you slice it. Or, like, going to of the two other like normal liquor stores, one of them has everything like several dollars overpriced, and the other one's a Total Wine and Liquor, so it's a gigantic warehouse.
Yeah.
Oh, but I love Total Wine and Liquor.
See, I also do, but like I have to be in the mood to like go explore for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily what
fun.
Yeah, that's not necessarily what I'm looking to do every time I go out to buy alcohol, so it's not like, you know...
You don't want to have to go on a quest.
I don't... Like, the instance in which I'm like, oh yeah, let's go to Total Wine and Liquor, is I go like, I'm gonna try something new tonight, and I already have a good idea of what I'm looking for, and I'll just go there and go look around for that new thing that I haven't tried before. But I don't want to go there to, like, buy something that I already know that I like that I can get from somewhere else that's more convenient.
Saturn, like, packing a rucksack, and, like, by the time I return, I will be different.
I'll have
refusal
grown...
of the call.
Yeah, refusal of the call to go to Total Wine and Liquor.
Yeah.
Excuse me, man.
Also, once again, my thesis statement for Birth by Sleep, the characters in Dracula don't know they're in Dracula.
To tell the truth, I really don't know what
Characters in Birth by Sleep don't know they're in Birth by Sleep.
Sorry, Ventus hasn't seen Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I love the idea of, like, because, you know, there's so much times in video games where you have, the protagonist was tricked into advancing a villain's evil schemes. But I still love the idea of the protagonist seeing someone who is obviously evil and scheming, and just going, hey, you need some help?
You seem nice. It's like,
I mean,
I have no idea.
look, they don't judge on your appearance.
As we've established, the best video game heroes are the ones that have the affability and complete stupidity of a golden retriever.
Yeah,
That's
no, it's the
correct.
best.
the more like a dog your protagonist is, the better they is.
Look, you know who else got tricked by the evil queen's old granny disguise?
Mm-hmm.
Snow White. Okay?
You know what? Fair.
You know what? You're so right. Goddamn.
I will say my affinity for dog-based protagonists is such that I don't really. This is like inside Saturn baseball, but like whenever I'm doing like a writing or design project, and Saturn baseball.
Yeah, for sure.
But whenever I'm doing like a writing or design project, and I'm trying to come up with a main character who like, I don't necessarily know a lot about them off the bat as I'm trying to come up with it, especially not the character's fucking name. Because it's a process you go through. So my default for like brainstorming any protagonist is to just call them Pup, which is presently unnamed protagonist.
Oh, that's good. That's
I like
cute.
that.
Because also, in my opinion, any good protagonist is dog-like. So it
That's
tracks.
correct. Dog adjacent. One kind of dog or another. That's why Shiro is so good. Shiro
That's
is
right.
definitionally just like a dog.
Shiro is
Weird
like
dog.
Shiro is like a greyhound in that he is very sweet and dog-like, but he do got the traumas.
He's got the traumas. Shiro is like slightly like a pit bull, where it's like he's a good boy, but also you're kind of worried about him sometimes until you get to know him, right?
Yeah. He's like to me he's one of those dogs where it's like completely fine and functional, but if you go to pet him and your hand is approaching from the exact wrong angle, he will immediately pee where he's standing.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not one of those people who thinks like all pit bulls are inherently bad. I literally own one.
Oh,
but
so you upgraded owning it.
well, currently, we'll see. We'll see if my mom comes back from Florida. You know what I mean? To get her dog.
I see. Okay.
So I presently own a pit bull. Let's say.
Also, I think this is very funny.
Friend.
The subtitles for the cutscenes have a Jacques translation filter.
Oh,
like
God.
here's what he's actually saying. We're not gonna put Cinderella in the subtitles.
No, make him.
Yeah, I'm also like I'm a believer in the splorpability of pit bulls.
The
But,
inherent
like-
goodness of a pit bull, but also if like a random pit bull is approaching you on the street and it ain't got an owner or a collar or a leash, you need to get the fuck away from me.
No,
You know what I mean?
no. If I see
I'm not cool.
if I see an unattended, unmarked, unsigned for pit bull, suspicion level immediately jumps to maximum.
Yeah, it's the same as like
almost like
You don't walk around the bad side of town announcing that you've got like $15,000 in your wallet, right?
No.
You just don't do it.
Because it doesn't matter that it's broad daylight in public, someone's gonna rob you.
That's correct.
$15,000 is $15,000. You risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah.
Even if you do believe in the inherent goodness of all humans, you're still gonna get robbed. I'm sorry. It's the same thing. That's just how it be, you know?
Even if you believe in the inherent goodness of humans, you have to also, for your own survival, believe that the inherent goodness of humans can be chronically warped to evil.
That's correct.
People will try to fuck you, not because it's their nature, but because it's their nurture. And that's still something you have to be careful of.
Correct. You get it. Oh, damn it. Get back here, you bitch.
How's World of Darkness going?
Well, we're at the Cloud of Darkness. Things were getting a little spicy for a while there because nobody knows how to do Cerberus, but it's fine.
Look,
No,
A,
evil.
always get in the belly.
B,
Better
B
get
in the belly.
Better
C,
get in that belly.
got-
And C, catch yourself in that belly.
That's correct. Everybody gets eaten.
Strumcore says Jacques looks like a pizzeria animatronics reject. Yeah, when he doesn't have a facial animation, it's a little off. It's a little dead-eyed.
Yeah, there's only so much you can unfuck that PSP version.
You can upscale them models, but that's about all you can do. So what's funny is in these HD remasters, the model for Sora that they use, because they're a Japanese company, which means source code. Well, the game's over. Let's clear that shit out.
Ah, that's correct.
The upscaled model they have for Sora is actually his Dream Drop Distance model.
That's really good.
Because, like, they were at the point where, yeah, this handheld Nintendo device is the graphic capacity of a PS2.
Yeah, well, that's correct. The PS2 was an interesting beast.
It certainly was.
Who has added me? Who? Somebody has added me.
That was me.
Oh, I see.
It's just I saw that tweet and I had an immediate thought.
I see.
I can't believe I predicted the future.
You did it, Oppenheimer Barbie. I'm so proud of you.
I knew. I Nostradamus that shit.
You peered into the future.
And the future told me, yeah, there's an Oppenheimer biopic and a Barbie movie that are coming out the same day. And I'm like, can you tell me anything useful?
No.
My guy, Mr. Apollo, sir, with the big old dodgeball there, could you aim that at a little more salient piece of information?
A little bit more precise.
Absolutely not.
But I repeat myself.
The Greek gods are useless. Tautology.
I think a lot lately about that one bit about like the history of Diogenes, right? Where he was the son of someone who was like involved with like the currency production, like a city-state, right? And he got kicked out. He got exiled because he was defacing currency. and at a certain point, he went to the oracle the oracle at Delphi to ask for guidance, right? You know, as you do from the oracles in your ancient Greece. And the oracle just looked at him dead in the eye and went, "You should deface some currency."
And he's like, "Oh,
It'll be
10
funny.
steps ahead of you, chief."
It'll be really funny if you do this.
Oh, they already did that. No, I'm saying you should do it again. It'll be really funny the second time.
Remember, he's like, remember, comedy comes in threes.
I go to the oracle. I went to the oracle at Delphi, and she just took one look at me and says, "You have to work on your tight 5."
Oh God, what? Oh, what are you? Who are? What is this? Oh, this is the last. Fucking guys, help me! Relic weapon, thank you. I know that none of you helped me because you could not possibly know what I was talking about.
There's no way we could ever know what you're looking at.
No, I know, but like the oracle weapon, or not oracle weapon, relic weapon. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I actually am done.
Already?
I'm done already. And I'm giving up. I'm giving up on this conversation. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna come back and try again tomorrow.
Okay, I guess I'll die.
You know, sometimes you start a conversation, you decide, nope, never mind.
Sometimes you're like, this sentence is done.
You know what? I've seen into the future, and there is no way this conversation ends that I feel good about. I'm just going to cut it off right here at the pass.
Oh, God.
You know, I'm not big on, generally speaking, on a lot of the Kingdom Hearts character designs, just not like the aesthetic for me. I do like that they gave Ventus a ska wristband.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. He's got to look a bit more like Roxas, so yeah.
He's got like a little scar. He's got a little ska look, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to look like he's a skank and rude boy or whatever.
Yeah, he's got skank. He's got to listen
should-
to trumpet music.
They gotta just update this model so he just has Vans on,
Well, that's Roxas.
and then they can call him Vantus.
Well, listen. Ven represents the dichotomy between light and darkness, black and white checkerboard.
Exactly.
Oh, that's true. The darkness and the light of, you know, the noble art of ska.
Of ska punk forever.
Yeah, of the trumpets, and then the instruments that aren't the trumpets that are traditionally in ska ensembles.
I assume there are other instruments in ska ensembles, but I couldn't tell you what they are.
I mostly just think about that trumpet.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, that is kind of what makes it ska, and not just like punk rock.
I feel like I know that this doesn't work out like this, but I feel like a significant part of ska aesthetically is like, what if we took pop punk and did to it aesthetically what Cake does to like normal rock?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is put a bunch of weird instruments on top of it and like brasses and shit like that. I feel like that's the guiding principle.
That's not what I
The
want
thing
to
about
do.
ska is that it's really good.
The thing about ska is that ska.
So of course, as I hated it when people asked if Cake was a ska band. They're like a primordial ska band. Like the ska came out of the Cake ooze.
They're from that even though they were mostly active in the aughts, they're from that mid 90s to late 90s brief little like striation in the tree trunk, right? Of just, what if we just made really weird music?
Like you know how like, you know, we are descendants of apes, but we are not
Yeah.
like the same as apes. That's
Correct.
Cake and ska.
Yeah,
Cake
that's probably true.
That sounds true to me, and I know not enough about ska
Now,
or
granted,
Cake
I
to
don't have
dispute it.
anything even close to a degree, or have even taken a single course about music theory. I don't even know what a guitar is.
That's correct.
Cake is just one of those unfortunate bands like the Butthole Surfers and all those other ones where it's like they were very popular in a specific era for being weird and transgressive, and then the Clinton administration signed into law that thing that made it okay for people to do radio monopolies, and suddenly that music became extremely unpopular.
Oh, remember when even Birmingham, Alabama had multiple like rock and alternative rock stations? Nobody but me does.
Yeah,
Now
so
we have the one.
I drove into that town and listening to the radio, and boy, let me tell you, pretty homogenous selections on offer, if I must say so.
Sad to say, but it's true.
Listen,
that
you're
is-
gonna listen to Imagine Dragons and you're gonna like it.
No,
The-
I
the-
hate it here.
The thing is, like, the only in the drive from Tampa to Birmingham, the only place I encountered that I was genuinely like, this is the place that has the best radio on this entire trip, is I drove through, I think it was Gainesville, right, in Central Florida, and because I think it's just one of the colleges there or something just has, like, I don't know what it is. There is a fucking punk station in Gainesville that is just like extremely good, and I feel like it's a college station that for some reason has access to a wider band of radio broadcasts than it should.
Good
But
for
also,
him.
it's like it's just great music playing 24/7. I'm like, man, why can't any other city in this fucking 300-mile trip or whatever have a single punk station? Come on.
550 miles, but yes.
Yeah.
It's a long drive.
Gainesville helped popularize the folk punk genre. I didn't know that.
Oh, that's
nice.
cool.
That makes sense then. Birmingham does. We have Birmingham Mountain Radio, and it's not even like a real rock station. It's just kind of a anything station. You know what I mean?
A music with guitars in it station.
That's correct.
You're gonna hear Imagine Dragons on it. I know.
Yeah, exactly. No, you won't hear Imagine Dragons on that. You'll hear Mumford and Sons on it. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
If you're gonna hear any kind
Yes, Drum Corps Birmingham does have Furnace Fest. Sarah and I went to that a couple years ago.
of, yes, we did. It was
Shit
sick as
kicked
hell.
ass.
Is that? Wait, is it?
It's like a metal festival.
Is that the one you went to like 2 years ago or like a year or two ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, because I thought you were going to like a Halloween thing. You're like, no, we're going to a metal fest.
Yeah, it kicked ass.
Yeah.
It was
Hell yeah.
awesome.
I
Furnace Fest is awesome.
haven't been to a metal show in forever.
And not the Fright Furnace, because fucking Birmingham City Council won't allow Fright Furnace to exist, assholes.
Drum Corps
but
was really
Sloss-
cool. So I went to visit Sarah down in Florida, or down in Birmingham for to go to Furnace Fest for the entire time. We ended up going for one day,
Yeah, sorry, Ben.
which was fine because we were just doing other cool shit at the time.
Yeah, the thing is that like Birmingham's pretty cool.
I like that city a couple times I've been there.
It's like actually a pretty sweet place. I like to think.
I think so.
Yeah, and so
But-
like
And both of us are old, so we're just like, we probably couldn't even handle multiple days of this.
no, I'm old. I'm sorry, it's not happening.
But I was like, no, I got my vaccination card, so like we might as well take advantage of it and go at least once.
Oh yeah, we went and it was great. We unfortunately the whole reason we wanted to go was because of Andrew WK and he canceled.
Yeah.
And it was like,
No,
oh, I see.
Andrew WK, not like this.
Not like this. I really wanted to see. He was supposed to close out the whole fucking show on Sunday night, and he didn't. And it's like,
Uh-huh.
oh,
Well,
That's a bummer. I mean, I guess it was the era when you would have canceled a show, but still, you know.
yeah. All right.
I say the era. It was like a period of 3 years, but, you know,
Yeah.
still.
You know, I get it.
It feels like it was 15, so that's what counts.
oh, up there, right. How do I get up there? Oh, I have to go with that. It is funny because, like, I was like, oh, you know what? I should see what bands I recognize on this lineup. None.
The answer is zero,
Like,
but
oh, yeah, I don't listen to metal. That's right.
like
Well, you
it's
know.
still cool.
And it was really cool.
Yeah,
I
and, like,
discovered
the,
bands there.
The furnaces themselves are like a cool. The furnaces themselves are like an extremely cool venue for like anything, you know, like
Mhm.
except for the fucking haunted house because Birmingham City Council.
Because they're cowards.
Like, they suck ass. Yeah, exactly. They're all just like, we want to make it the most generic thing in the entire world. We want it to be a place for history. And it's like, you know what's historical? The fucking haunted house we've had there for 20 years.
That's right. You know, we were talking in the Discord earlier about, like, this is vaguely related to the metal show discussion, but, like, about, like, times that we went to go see a bad movie because we were trying to get it,
Uh-huh.
right? The only time I've been to, like, a metal show was with a bunch of bands at, like, a really shitty tiny venue, and it's because the girl who wanted to go there with me is cute, and I wasn't even trying to get it, but I was like, she's cute, I'll go to the show with her because
Sure,
she
I'll
is.
go with her, yeah.
I would feel bad about saying no.
That's correct.
You do what you gotta.
Stop it.
It
Not you
was,
guys.
and it was an extremely small venue, and it was very crowded, but that was fine. There was some decent music there. I don't remember anyone who was playing, but like I remember having a good time.
I went to a punk show in Birmingham once, and Skinhead jumped on the stage, and the guys who were playing threw him off, which was cool. And unfortunately, he threw the Skinhead on me and landed on my head.
Well,
which kinda hurt.
points for trying.
Yeah, which is fine. Oh shit.
We don't grade on execution. We grade on intent.
Yeah, the intent was correct.
Well, when it comes to skinheads, I grade on execution.
Well, yeah.
In Minecraft. In Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Get away from me.
This is not a specific or actionable threat.
No.
No.
This is just a general statement for you to, chew on.
It's a
I've
joke
never-
for comedy.
Yeah, it's a secret joke that we'll use later.
Oh
Yeah.
god, I can't believe I recovered that.
They really just got you trapped in the little man's dimension, fucking hitting matchboxes. What's up
I
with
know.
that?
By the way, never explain why Ven and only Ven is the size of a mouse in this world. Just something that happened to the kid.
Cat, quit it. You've been fed. You little demon. What have I traded you in?
I'll take it.
You can have him. I know I say that every time, and I don't mean it, but also, you can have him.
One of these days you'll mean it, and then I'll take
Uh-huh.
them, and then you'll feel really bad about it because you'll stop meaning it later,
That's
and then
right.
you try to reach me to get cash back, and I just don't answer any
You
text.
just there hasn't been a
Yeah.
Saturn who's lived here for 25 years.
Just
Like,
that episode of SpongeBob where Gary goes to Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sarah's like, "Are you sure Saturn's not here?" And you like cast your eyes over, and you see me holding cash, like hiding in the bushes nearby, trying not to make eye contact.
It's like Scott Pilgrim. Is Saturn here? You know what? They just left.
That just is Saturn just jumping out of a window.
Holding a little black cat,
Uh-huh.
just meowing loudly because it wants bacon.
Biting you because it hates being held.
That's right.
What am I
My
gonna
little
say?
man hates being held, but that's okay because I love holding him.
And I love being bitten, I guess.
This is when it's
cannot
talking
remember
about Astolfo.
how it's supposed to be.
That's correct.
That's fine, Christy. As long as you're here watching, you don't have to say a word. As
You don't
long as
need-
the viewer
you
count
know.
is higher because you're here.
You don't need to know shit about fuck. It's fine.
You
Don't
are-
worry.
You are allowed to lurk. If you don't say anything, that's cool. If you do say anything, Ben will bring it to our attention.
Yeah.
I am watching Ben play this in Discord because it's a slightly nicer looking visual experience.
Yeah, also you don't have like a 5-second delay.
And also, I guess I don't have to hear myself talk is the other thing.
Yeah.
Which is a bonus.
Yeah.
Because I never listen to our podcast once it goes up.
I mean,
Oh yeah, no.
sometimes
No.
I will to just like kind of fact check myself. Like, did I bring this up? Yes, I did. Okay.
Like, I only did that editing the Umineko podcast, and it was only just enough to make sure that the sound effects I put in sounded correct.
That's right.
How the hell do we get up there? I have completely forgotten how to do this part.
I thought you were the Kingdom Hearts master.
I've only
It's not
played
like I
Birth
don't
by
even-
Sleep like 3 times.
Like, I don't even know who you are anymore.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. Fucking, I'm not. Otherwise, I'll be wandering around this living room for like an hour.
You'll live here forever, yeah.
Well, it's the living room, so, you know, there's worse fates. like where's McCallie and Langer?
I'm thinking of the Battler post, which is someone's coming. It's like a Tumblr shit post that's edited with Patrice and Battler, and it's Patrice going, "Someone's coming to kill you. What room do you hole yourself up in?" And the guy responds, "I go to the living room."
I remember I think my favorite one of those is the Tumblr post edit that's like Battler, it's just Battler like dunking Italians in olive oil at birth like they did to Achilles, and then it's just Beatrice like, my bellissima mama did that to me when I was a little bambino, and now I'm so fucked up.
That's awesome.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, cat, don't put your butt in my face.
Let me take a look at this here.
Oh, I forget actually. Did you ever catch why it is they use like they say Beatrice in that instead of like how you would normally?
Beatrice.
Yeah, instead of the normal.
I thought it was just like the normal,
Oh.
like Italian pronunciation.
That's correct. That's what it is.
Yeah, okay.
I figured I'd check because I noticed that I've seen / heard that as a common source of confusion. I'm like, I wonder. I imagine Sarah picked it up, but just
No,
to check.
I do think I only know that though because you mentioned it when you started reading Umineko last year.
Oh, that's probably true. 'Cause
Yeah.
I get like that about like, oh no, I found out the correct pronunciation of things. I have to rewire my brain immediately.
I have to tell everybody about it. No, I appreciate it because now I know how to say it.
Yeah.
Beatrice. Hi, Cat.
Oh,
There's an entrance over here that I missed.
to see your smile one more
Time. Then you go outside, you tear off all your clothes, and you howl at the moon like a fucking madman.
That's just how I imagine Holden Blood Feast from that one comic sounds. Just let me nuke Iran one more time!
Oh!
Oh, I'm a respectable bipartisan!
Oh god. That reminds me, mostly because my cat, the way I cackle. I mentioned in Discord, but like the Beatrice's fucking voice actor has just nailed the witch cackle, right? Like
Yeah.
she has real like the more and more I hear it, the more I'm just like, wow, you have really refined this into an art. Good for you.
Oh yeah, it's great.
She's so good at it. Like
wait.
just pure like
I don't think there's a single voice actor in that thing that I don't like.
oh no, everybody's great. Like everybody is really I think the only person who's like kind of mid, and it's only because he just kind of sounds like a guy, is unfortunately Kanon, right?
Yeah, I get
He's
that.
fine. He's fine. He just sounds like a guy.
Once more is fire. Okay, so I need to get
Yeah, like, it makes sense because he's like
Makes
an
sense.
ostensibly teen boy who's like got like just kind of reserved and all that. So like it makes sense
Sure.
that he's like not particularly bombastic or anything, you know.
Like
but-
he doesn't really stand out in any particular way, and it's like it's fine. That's fine.
Except for
I'm
the fact
not
that
sad.
he's always doing that towel pose with his arm at all
His
times.
his stupid towel pose and his stupid fucking YouTuber soy face cringe thumbnail reaction.
I do like the PS3 art a lot, but there is just the occasional character sprite that has the most soy reaction face.
It's so bad.
Beatrice has a couple of bad expressions, like, not like bad expressions, but like her one where she does like the big eyes and like the big half moon smile.
Yeah.
Is like really insane looking in a way where like you look at the OG sprite comparisons, like, oh, this is a kind of comparatively more understandable facial expression
Yeah,
being made in the original.
Now, mind you, I like all of her like insane facial expressions a lot, just because I love how over the top they are. I know they're very, very different from the OG ones. They're more restrained, but like, I guess it kind of fits with like the whole vibe of this 1,000-year-old like witch who can like, you know, do anything kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it fits. It's good. Like I like them. I'm trying to think of any. I do think like poor Jessica really got the short end of the stick art wise. Like none of her portraits look very good, and because like especially when you put her next to Beatrice, who's just like immaculate in basically every single piece of art, right?
Yeah.
Just like, oh honey, I'm sorry.
You can tell which characters were liked.
Yeah, it's just something about like the way it's just something about like the way her facial proportions look. She just kind of looks out of place compared to everybody else. I couldn't even begin to describe it.
For,
Right.
for Jessica?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, there's just something about it. It's like, okay,
Have I
well,
seen this character?
okay.
Oh yeah,
It
I
is-
have. Yeah, that doesn't look quite right.
No,
it is kind of the advantage of the like Ryukishi's like personal art style, where it's like even if he has the limitations just of like what he is capable of by not being a professional artist, those people all look like they're from the same thing.
That's right. Does Ryukishi also do the music?
No.
Okay.
I know you will see the name referenced, like, I think twice in the text, but I think a lot of the music is done by a guy who's just called M. Zaki.
Great.
Oh, I've heard that name.
I think there's other music artists too, but I think like that's like the main guy.
Okay.
And he's just like one of Ryukishi's friends or something like that.
Right, of course. Because, like, I don't know, I need to ask Shia this one. I don't know who does the music for Fate Stay Night, actually. Because Fate Stay Night has an extremely iconic soundtrack as well.
We can find that out for you real quick.
Yes, find that out for me, because I don't know. Like, because Emiya is such a... I mean, it's Emiya, right?
Let's see. So we're looking for the original original soundtrack. Who's this by? Is it really just... Come on, I know you have a composer somewhere on here. I'll just look up who did the FSN soundtrack. Because unfortunately looking up at Fate Stay Night soundtrack gives you a lot of soundtracks that are for things that aren't the original Fate Stay Night.
No, it's like, no, I don't want the one for the anime. I want for, like, the original visual novel. Like, who did that soundtrack? Like, who came up with Emiya?
Kenji Kawai, apparently.
Okay,
Oh,
interesting.
well, there you
Don't know
go.
who he is, but, like...
I've never actually gotten that finisher off. That was fun.
Wait, no, that's for the anime.
Ow!
Who does it for the fucking... I swear to God.
Internet!
Internet!
This shouldn't be a complicated question.
So I saved you. That's what friends do, right?
No, I don't want Fate Apocrypha's soundtrack. Thank
Well,
you.
this isn't even the same franchise.
Oh, well, what's a royal ball?
Don't worry, Cinderella. There's literally no one at the royal ball, so you're not missing anything.
God. Oh, Kingdom Hearts.
There's a total of 4 people there right now.
That's right. Oh, shit. Boss fight.
Is that my dress?
But, like, who did the music?
I'm trying.
You know what?
It is extraordinarily hard to find this out.
Weird.
Apparently, okay, well, I don't know if this is the original person, but there's someone who apparently worked on Fate Stay Night and Tsukihime who's called Number 201.
That makes more sense. That's like a VN creator.
Okay, I'm looking
name.
at Fate Stay Night PC credits. Music, Kate.
Kate?
Who
Who the fuck is Kate?
I don't know. I'm seeing if I can find
Keita Haga.
Okay.
Let's see. Tsukihime, sound effects composer, arranger, original Fate Stay Night, sound effects sound producer, lyricist, and music.
Okay.
So Keita Haga. What else do they work on? Tsukihime, Melty Blood, Fate Stay Night.
My man just works at Type Moon. Okay.
Yeah, Hollow Ataraxia, Carnival Phantasm, Grand Order, Learning with Manga, Capsule Servant.
I see.
Keep on believing.
That's it. That's all I got. It's just Fate. It's all the way down. It's just Fate. It's been Fate for 20 fucking years.
He's just a Type Moon employee. I
Well,
see.
there you go.
You know, Sarah, you might appreciate this. I went to this person's Twitter because it was linked, and their icon's just this.
Yeah! King! That's awesome. Oh, God.
Yeah, this person literally just does Type Moon, that's it. That's just all they do.
You know what? Good for him.
Good for him.
I mean, that's steady work. Oh, we're doing the big pull. Yes!
Oh, damn it. I have to have
Oh, wait. Yes!
equipped.
personal website is just listed as typemoon.com.
Oh, he's ride or die. What a king.
You know what I'm about here.
Still no sign of Terra.
No.
Real quick question, if your memory serves well.
Uh-huh.
Was the Astolfo cosplay that comes to everyone, was that like this time 2021 when that was like blowing up?
Kinda?
That was during the pandemic, yes.
Okay, because I did notice in his media feed that from April 21st, 2021, he just took a photo of a zero sugar Monster Energy.
I see.
Okay. King.
King.
Just making your entire career doing music for some fucking era visual novel that somehow blew up and became a multi-billion-dollar franchise.
You know what? Who amongst us, if you could,
In a heartbeat.
Oh,
In a heartbeat.
instantly. If Type Moon came to me and said, you can work for us for the rest of your life, but you're gonna make slightly less money than if you could, like, work it anywhere else, I'd be like, oh, okay, do you want me to, like, sign your dick or something? Like, you know, suck your dick or something, too? Like,
well, while we're at it, I mean, like, hey, if you're gonna ask me later, we just get it out of the way.
Let's go get her, Hart.
No, I'm good, but we do have Astolfo over here.
Oh.
Now that one might be a challenge.
No, I was thinking I needed an understudy.
oh my god.
What's your vocal range, bud? No, hold on, I know how to find out.
Oh wait, that's right! I didn't run away!
Don't worry, Christy. We'll keep you occupied for 45 minutes.
God almighty.
I hope you're wearing headphones. Good. Your coworkers and potential boss doesn't need to hear this.
What am I doing with my life?
I love the, Sarah, you'll appreciate this. I love the, misaligned Fallout 4 floor that Aurora has in her room.
Yeah.
These mod packs don't actually, clamp together. Ah, fuck it, close enough.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. After a certain point, you know what? You're just happy that modded Fallout 4 runs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Skyrim? Modded
Skyrim? That's the experience of Fallout 4 as well. It's like, if you can get it running and not crashing, like, except for when you, I don't know, fast travel to Diamond City, don't worry about it. Like, you know what? That means it's working.
I always come back, whenever my game crashes, I always just think about how we're both like, yeah, that's probably
that's
on
not me.
I
No,
probably did
that's
that.
my fault.
This
Yeah,
isn't
no.
the game's fault.
If you get the crashes to be predictable and avoidable, you're good.
You did great. That was a successful mod job. Yeah, 100%.
I'm just happy when the crashes aren't repeatable. Where I'm like, oh, it crashed and I went here. Will it crash again? No. Okay.
No.
Cool.
So something just went fucky. It's fine. It's fine.
Something hiccup. It's great. Okay, we're good. I can still go to this place.
It's extremely, to this day, it's very bold of Bethesda to make a game mode where you can only save by sleeping, in a game where you need to be saving constantly lest it crashes.
That's correct.
Also, I don't know if this was in the PSP version, but props to them for actually giving their characters like different foot elevations if you're like on a staircase.
Oh, fancy.
I think that was originated, or at least first time I saw it was in Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time has it, yeah, absolutely. It's cool. It's like magic back then.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck? You can do that?
I know that like Breath of the Wild is coming out. And it's like Tears of the Kingdom is coming out, and I'm just like, but what if I replayed Ocarina of Time though?
The cool thing is, Sarah, if you know what you're doing, that'll take you about 9-10 hours.
Oh god, yeah, no, an Ocarina of Time replay is like the most natural thing in the world at this point.
I've only played that game once. I could probably do it again pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
I am very excited.
I remember
for the new Zelda.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for new Zelda.
It was very funny.
God, what if it's good?
Saturn,
making the safest call in the world. What if the new Zelda game's good?
Hey, what if the new Zelda game is good? It's like,
what if Saturn, what if it's good is reserved for games that Sarah and I have massive biases for, like Starfield and the Transformers game?
Yeah.
Where we're hoping it's good despite the fact that we're just going to we're gonna shovel it into our mouths anyway.
No matter what, yeah.
Okay, but hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Before Breath of the Wild came and upset the pattern, when you're sitting in 2017 going, or 2016, like before it was like close to coming out, going, man, what if Breath of the Wild is good? In that stage, you are dealing with the situation where the last unambiguously good Zelda game was probably Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, well, Majora's Mask.
I would say Wind Waker.
Also, here's the thing, I like Wind Waker a lot. Having, as I've mentioned before, I watch like Gigaboot streams at work just because it's something to pass the time. And boy, let me tell you, they did a single, one of their single sitting playthroughs of the Wind Waker Wii U port, like the improved Wii U port, and they're just like, man, this game has a lot of problems that are like the Wii U port doesn't do anything to address, and like it's fucked up.
I'm gonna say one thing that I vehemently disagree with Matt and Pat, with Dan and Bob about Twilight Princess compared to Wind Waker, which is they're wrong. Twilight Princess's dungeons sucked and Wind Waker's were awesome.
Yeah, the problem is in Wind Waker you got like 3 of them.
But they were good.
Wind Waker, but they're too easy. They're like baby mode. Like I know because that's a game made for children, but like. No, they're way too easy. Like none of the dungeons in Wind Waker like really like revved my Harley. Like I don't think that Twilight Princess has that many good dungeons, but like it has 1 or 2 that are actually good versus like
nothing will also
I don't really think anything in Wind Waker really stands out to me. Maybe Tower of the Gods.
Tower of the Gods is really good. I love that opening bit in Tower of the Gods where you have to like guide the boat in that opening room.
The shifting tide.
Yeah, that was really fucking cool.
Like that's one of the rare moments in the game where I go into that entry part in Tower of the Gods and go, oh, they designed the game to have this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Because like even in the limitations of a video game space and also a Zelda game on the GameCube, you get like the sense of the horrifying enormity of this place that you're inside this closed room having to contend with 20-foot tide variation.
Yeah.
But no, I'm also incredibly biased against Twilight Princess because nothing will ever disappoint me in a Zelda game more than getting the spinner and then never using it again.
Yeah, that's correct.
Because I had
spinner was extremely cool.
Because I had come off of Twilight Princess having played Jack 2. And Jack 2 also gives you a cool floating disc that you can ride on.
Mm-hmm. And you can actually use it for transport. Yeah,
and then
that's
you get out of the dungeon and you get on the spin. You're like, I'm gonna cruise around Hyrule Field. Oh.
No.
And then after that is Skyward Sword, which even though apparently is like got a lot of solid content in it,
I hate that game.
Is still offset by the fact that is like the worst Zelda game just to play in general that they have put out in like the last like 20 or 30 years.
When I was in high school, my best friend at the time, the other Sarah in my life, to say, she's still my best friend. Like, you know, like so are you guys, but like Sarah is my high school best friend forever. we played Zelda together. Like, our big thing was that we would just go through Zelda games together. It actually started because I was working at GameStop, and GameStop employees can check out video games, or they could. I don't know if you can anymore. GameStop employees could check out video games for a day or two. So I would check out Twilight Princess every Friday. I'd go over to her house. We'd play Twilight Princess, etc., etc. And so we just started going through all the other ones. And we had a great time. It was awesome. We played Twilight Princess, we played Majora's Mask, we played Ocarina of Time. Like, we did the gamut. And then a few years later, when we were hanging out as like adults who were no longer in college, it was like, do you want to hang out and play Skyward Sword now that we have it? You know, because she had a Wii and I had the time, and it's like, yeah, let's get together and play Skyward Sword. So we get together and we're like, hey, I don't think this is good.
No. Feel very good.
Hey, we're playing it together and we're like, hey, does this kind of suck?
And so, like, Ocarina of Time came out in 98. And Majora's Mask came out in 2000.
Was it 98?
So when I say,
it feels
yeah.
later than it should.
It's 98. I just checked to be sure. And so when I say, maybe Tears of the Kingdom will be good, what I am saying is maybe Tears of the Kingdom will be good because in the last 20 plus years, we have gotten one unambiguously good 3D Zelda.
That's right. Yeah. Oops. But Tears of the Kingdom is gonna be good, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It'll go from being we'll go from having 2 decades of only one unambiguously good Zelda, like 3D Zelda game, to, oh my god, we had 2 of the best Zelda games come out back to back in the span of less than 1 decade. That's just great. That's standing.
Being a Zelda fan, if you're like picky about it, is kind of like being a Silent Hill fan. We're like, I love Silent Hill. They had 2 good games.
Yeah, that's
correct.
I
think it is also
Silent Hill had 4.
No sleeping on the job.
I think it's one of those weird things where, like, despite the fact that the credit that we largely give to Nintendo is the strength of their IP, right? How many times of their core IPs you'll just go like, yeah, I love this series. It's been like 10 or 15 years since a really good one of these has come out.
Or one has come out.
Ever.
Yeah, it's like,
God,
I love Metroid. I really liked when Dread came out because it was the only Metroid game we got that was any good since like the Wii launch period.
I guess Captain Falcon is just a Smash character now.
Captain Falcon is just a Smash character now.
Which is so funny. His corpse is being sustained by Smash Brothers.
That's it. It's tragic.
I saw the fucking soldier defending arrows, and it was Captain Falcon defending Samus from not having games.
You know what? He's making the right trade.
He is. I mean, I would honestly much rather play a Metroid than a F-Zero game, but like, come on, man. Can he have one?
No.
Can Fox have a game again?
No.
I'd even take a Star Fox Adventure.
Well, no, because Nintendo shot that one off to Rare, and then they were like, Rare, we don't want to work with you anymore. Get out of here.
Oh, life is so hard. I guess I'm just getting wine. I guess I could just get wine from Target. Target's not going to deliver this time of night, though. It's already 9 o'clock. Damn it.
Is that place with the good stuff open?
Oh, speaking of
Italian place?
That place is too nice for me to walk into it in my current state.
I understand completely.
You know what I mean?
You gotta rinse it up a little bit, I see.
Yeah, no.
Speaking of Zelda, this is a very Zelda-esque room. Like,
let me see.
Just a bunch of like walls jutting out.
Oh yeah.
Teleporting little portals here.
Because like, if you walk over there in whatever state you're in, I've been in that state before. I can imagine. You just know, because it's like a relatively nice place, that you're going to go in there to be like, I'm here to buy a bottle of wine, and that server's just going to look at you like you just told them that your puppy has cancer, right?
Correct. They're just like, oh,
they're gonna be like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Hey, do you need like a magnesium supplement? I got some in my bag. Like, no.
I'm in my sweatpants. I'm in like, my old ratty tank top. I haven't bathed since yesterday.
And you're sleepy, so you probably got that sleepy look in your eye.
Like,
I haven't brushed my hair in several hours.
You're gonna buy the wine. The cashier is gonna grab you by the hand and be like, "It gets better."
Yeah.
You're gonna be leaving. You're on the Birmingham Reddit like the next day. It's like, yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I work at this really ritzy Italian place, and just some unwashed homeless lady came in here to buy a $15 bottle of Spanish wine.
The cashier hands you $20. Like, no, you keep that.
You're fine. It's like, oh, okay, I see.
I think I told y'all, but it's like I had that bit with Uber Eats a couple weeks ago, where I'm like, Uber Eats usually when I'm ordering something on there, and it's like dinner time or whatever. They're like, hey, we're out anyway. There's a Wawa's by your house. Do you want us to pick you up anything from the Wawa's? I'm like, no, I'm good. Thanks, Uber Eats. But the one morning I stayed home from work because I wasn't feeling very good, and it's like 12:30 p.m. On a Thursday, on a work day. And I'm ordering breakfast from a breakfast place like you do at 12:30 p.m. on a Thursday. And Uber Eats takes one look at me and goes, hey, bud, do you need us to pick up anything from the liquor store while we're out? Here's a recommended item for you, a fifth of brandy. You want that? Can we get that for you, buddy? And I'm like, come on.
You're like, man, I was just in the mood for an omelet. You don't need to burn me like this.
I just want to get some Belgian waffles from the place that's like a 5-minute drive from my house, but I'm too lazy to drive to. Okay, I guess I see why you think I'm an alcoholic.
The thing is, I've always got to wait for the DoorDash guy or whoever to be in their car driving away before I get the food, because the last thing I want is we took a picture of your meal, and it's and I'm the Bigfoot pose, like reaching out the door, like, huh? What? Like, I don't need that in my life.
Pose.
I don't have the option to do that, sadly, because I live in an apartment, right? But it's like one of those things where it's like, it's not a singular, it's not like a big apartment building. It's like a bunch of small buildings, right? So it's like, here's a building with 8 apartments in it, and there's 12 of these on the property, which means that I on Uber Eats have a thing where I have to have, as much as I am able to, relatively clear instructions about where to find my building and where my apartment is on that building, which means that I have to risk going outside and being seen just to make sure that I actually get my food, because sometimes I get an Uber Eats driver who does not read English.
That's the position I often find myself in. Yes.
And it's like, you don't have to, it's fine, but it puts me in the awkward position of oh, they're never going to be able to find me without the instructions. They have no idea what apartment number XXX, what that is correlated to in this building, even though I have given them a clear description.
It's really tragic, because I mean, you both have been to my apartment. It's down an alley.
Yeah, it's in kind of an awkward street position.
And the thing is that, so I live on number place, I live on 40th place south, right?
Yeah.
Directly parallel to it is 40th Street.
I see.
So
I had that problem at one of the last places I lived, actually, where I was living on it was number, let's say, because I don't want to dox myself on the internet, right? But let's say it's XX34, right? On XX street, and I'm in this little condo complex, right, or something similar to it. We're renting a townhome. Excuse me, renting a townhome, and so I'm on let's say 21st Street, and back on 20th Street, which is also in that same complex, there is a townhouse with the same address number as mine.
I see.
And so sometimes I'll get a delivery notification, we're here, we delivered it. And I'll open the door, and it's not there. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to walk. I have to go around this lake that's between our two streets to go to my house on the opposite street to get the food that was dropped off for me from the person who couldn't look at the fucking map to see it's not where my house is.
Yeah, that's correct. It's like,
Get on
thanks,
the dope-ass
guys.
Disney train.
To get to the fun fucking part of the food.
Yeah,
It's just
this
like,
is at least an improvement, because it's like, if they can't read, I at least know where they're going to end up, which is that they're going to stop at the very entrance of the complex and just sort of, like, mull around confusedly.
That's right.
Like a Fallout NPC.
Or like when Gulliver shows up on your island in Animal Crossing, just sort of, like, walking around in circles, waiting for you to find the pieces of his broken cell phone.
Yeah.
Well, hey, buddy, you got some fucking portillos for me or whatever? It's like, yeah!
How you doing?
But first, solve my riddles 3. No, I'm glad it's getting warm out, because now I can wear, like, basketball shorts, and that's more socially acceptable to wear outside than sweatpants.
That's correct.
I guess?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Saturn.
what? What's up?
You'll be so proud.
What's up?
Ninja 80.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Baby!
We're climbing this mountain. I gotta go buy new gear.
I have no idea how much of that Twitter cut out. I feel like it was probably a lot.
It obliterated
A lot.
most of it.
Yeah!
No, Discord absolutely ate all of our
by
those.
the way-
I was just shrieking like that one post of the Gibbon skeleton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, transporting Prince Charming's proportions into 3D makes him look really weird.
He's got kind of like a Luigi head.
He's got kind of a Waluigi head going. Like he's Waluigi body with Luigi's head.
He's got sort of a bean-shaped skull.
Very cylindrical.
He looks like he's from like not a 50s cartoon like like a classic Disney, but he looks like he's from a 50s like advertisement cartoon.
Yeah.
Like he's like an American guy with a square jaw and a big coiffed hairstyle.
What was that?
There.
Yeah, Christy, they didn't care much about the princes of these early movies because all of them don't have names.
That's right. That's not true. The prince in Sleeping Beauty has a name.
What is it?
It's Philip.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, it's Philip. Yeah. And the Beast is Adam, and obviously Eric is in Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
And
but
who
like
else?
the original, like Snow White. So Snow White's is Prince Charming, right? He's just charming.
I don't know if he has. That's actually a good question. He's the one I don't know. Snow White's.
Then what's Cinderella's prince?
That's what I meant. His name is Philip.
Oh,
no.
no.
Oh, Cinderella's prince. I know that one too.
We have a guest.
Sorry.
Only because you stole it in the first place.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Mazel Tov. She's here.
She's here.
Welcome, Owen. Maybe you can help us solve this riddle.
Right.
I was
Florian
How do you know?
Oh, okay.
or Snow White.
What
And
are
then-
we at?
What are
Prince
the names
name.
of the princes in Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Cinderella?
Okay, Cinderella has Prince Charming.
Yes.
Okay.
It's Florian.
Prince Charming.
Florian,
Prince
Charming,
Charming.
and Philip?
Prince
Philip
Philip.
is from Sleeping Beauty.
And then it's Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And
And
Adam
from Beauty and
for
the
the
Beast.
Beast.
yes.
I don't know how to explain this specific. Like, I don't feel the need to air this because it's a productive thought, but because it came to my head and I don't really know how to explain why it appeared there.
Oh no.
But like while we're having this conversation about Disney princesses, maybe it's just because of like a factoid I read about the person recently. But I can't help but just imagine, like, what if there was a Disney princess, but her Prince Charming was Archduke Franz Ferdinand?
Well, that is what Frozen is about, primarily.
You know
I see.
what? That's actually kind of true.
I will say, fun little factoid for you, if you would like to hear it.
Yeah.
Prince Adam is not actually officially recognized by Disney itself. That is a little factoid that the two voice actors of Belle and Beast came up together.
Cute. That's fun.
Oh.
They conspired. They're like, no, this guy's gotta have a name. Sorry.
That's cute.
I do think it's just hilarious that, like, those names are, like, either rarely or not spoken of at all.
Oh no.
Well, you
No,
gotta get the Disney extended universe novelizations for that.
Yeah, actually the only one who does like have a name like that everybody knows is Eric, because like that's just like
That he actually gets to use his
they
name.
actually say his name in the movie.
Oh yeah, because
They
continue.
I was gonna say, because him and Philip would like go out of their way to actually be characters enough that they actually have their names spoken.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
So,
Like,
Everyone
Philip
remembers-
does something. He actually does save the day with, like, a sword and shield, and it's cool. He fights a dragon.
Everyone remembers Eric because it happened to their buddy.
Yeah.
This happened to my buddy Eric. He met this chick who just kind of like walked out of the ocean.
Like, damn, did he hit it? I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah,
I
he
sure
did.
hope so.
He was talking to
canonically, yes.
he was talking to my other buddy Grimsby about how he was concerned about the number of legs she had for some reason. And he mumbled something to him, and he seemed real excited about that prospect afterwards.
No, Grimsby's the one who said this happened to my buddy Eric.
This happened to my buddy Eric. He got a girlfriend who had 8 legs.
7 vagines. More, possibly.
Maybe more. Imagine. Thanks, Grimsby. I'm not.
okay, thanks, Grimsby. Imagine.
Anyway, Flareon is the only fully evolved fire type Pokemon that can't learn Solar Beam.
Oh no, I forgot about Incineroar.
I love that update.
That update's the best to me.
I love whenever there's a new fully evolved fire type Pokemon that can't learn Solar Beam, and people go back to that comic to edit it to add them.
My personal favorite edit is the one where he's about to start on the in terms of human compatibility for Vaporeon, and it just cuts off. She just runs back into the ocean.
Yeah.
Aqua.
What is this?
She's just like, I should have kept my tail. Shit.
You know that as well as I do.
You sound like 2 horses.
Yeah.
The thing that always gets me about that line is that it implies that Ariel has hooves.
Closest of friends.
Oh, like 2 horses.
Never knows the secrets of another.
Oh god.
I'm sure you'll.
Okay, now, I will say, like, okay, I can see them being fooled by the old hag because she's just an old lady, whatever. Maleficent proudly introduces herself as the mistress of all evil. You should not trust what she's saying.
But Maleficent, like,
Terra's not ready.
tricked Aurora. Like, Aurora was put under a magical spell to prick her finger.
Well,
It's
she
not
was-
like she's like, okay, ma'am, I'll come prick my finger
No,
for
I'm,
you.
I'm talking about Ven and Aqua right now.
Oh,
Like,
I'm
where
not
they're
paying
like-
That's just because they're fucking dog shit stupid.
That's where Maleficent.
That's correct.
Maleficent is like, I got Terra agree to do whatever I asked him, and like, Ven's like, Ven, while you were fighting her, she called herself the mistress of all evil. Like,
And then
Yeah.
just like, Vince is like, I can fix her.
and like
Yeah.
the 3 fairies you've been palling around with were like, oh, she's evil. You shouldn't trust anything she says.
She's extremely evil, as it turns out. Gleefully so. What character?
Good for her.
Good for her.
Well, you know what? They should have let her come to the baptism.
I'm just saying, yeah, you invite her to the fucking
It's-
party celebrating the baby's
Yeah.
birth.
Not only that, they told her to her face that she was not invited.
Yeah.
After she
Yes.
had already showed up.
Don't
Yeah.
say that
You
to a
don't
fae.
say that shit.
You
Don't say that to a fae. I'm sorry.
If you think it's possible someone knows how to cast magic spells, you have to be polite to them. Because, like, you don't know. You don't know what's going to be a bridge too far.
No, absolutely not. It's, you know what? It's not hard to be when Maleficent rolls up, even if she's evil and to be around, be like, someone get her a cheese platter.
she just wanted to see the baby.
She just wants to see the baby. Is that wrong? No.
Absolutely not.
You could have just let her roll up, see the baby, chug a bottle of wine, and leave.
You know, I have to ask because I've noticed the scene resurface in a few of these Kingdom Hearts games so far.
Yes.
How many Kingdom Hearts games make dramatic use of just like a big empty desert with a bunch of buttes around?
Well, I mean, they're in the Keyblade graveyard, which is a pretty significant scene. So it's not several different open fields, desert fields. It's just the one. That's like important.
Because you know, again, the Keyblades are not especially visible from any of these angles, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, why is they keep going back to like the place you'd go in like the budget dimension for like a film movie where it's like we got a big flat area full of rocks around where we can have a dramatic showdown and no one's gonna ask us for paying them to film there for the day.
There's literally only 2 locations that would have these kind of like mesas and buttes, and this is one of them, which is unfortunate because you know like this was on the old little itty bitty Vita, so like they didn't have the ability to actually
Vita,
have
PSP.
the PSP. Oh, that completely derailed my trip. Anyway, they didn't have like the RAM to actually have all of the keyblades in the background, right? So like, it looks indistinguishable from the only other location that would ever do this, which is the Lion King.
That's correct.
Which is a problem.
That's true.
It's also why I don't think the Lion King's in Birth by Sleep too. Just to like avoid confusion.
And also, there's no way they could render lion forms for all 3 characters.
No.
They don't have that kind of, like, even if they had the RAM budget, they don't have that kind of space on the UMD.
No, like they wanted to put Lion King in Kingdom Hearts 1, but they couldn't because they couldn't figure out lion controls. So that's why when 2 rolled around, Nomura was like, "Ooh boy."
Right back.
Okay.
You are worthless.
God, I really love Haley Joel Osment as being evil.
Orders, but so what?
It's great because the twist, like the surprise, really still works. Like the reveal that Vanitas looks like Sora, because like you really can't tell it's Sora's voice actor. He does such a good job differentiating the characters.
Oh yeah, he uses his like normal speaking voice as opposed to his Sora character voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like how you can really trick people into not realizing that oh, why am I drawing a blank?
Okay,
Frank Welker, you can really easily like trick yourself into not realizing that he voices multiple different characters in the same thing, because half the time like some of them are just like, oh yeah, this is my normal voice, and then the others are like, wow, crazy character.
Yeah.
So like,
I do think a lot about, on a related note to like voice actor range. One of my favorite Destiny 2 stories, which is that you have your little buddy in that game. He's voiced by Nolan North, right?
yeah.
And one of the other significant characters in that game is this sort of like sort of scumbag cowboy kind of guy who's voiced by Todd Haberkorn, right? And he's kind of doing scumbag cowboy voice a bit. And there's a bit in one of the DLCs where, because you're doing something for scumbag cowboy, but he's not there. Nolan North, his little ghost buddy, was told by the screenwriters, like, okay, here's a part where you're going to do an impression of the Todd Haberkorn character. And they had to get him to redo the thing because the impression of the Todd Haberkorn character was so spot on that they were worried it was going to confuse players. And so they had to make him do a bad impression on purpose.
Oh, I love bad acting. It's my favorite thing in the world.
It's really good.
Did you know? So, probably one of my favorite Seinfeld episodes is the one where, to show off the brand new fancy tech, they have voicemail boxes, and George is just obsessed with having like little ditties that are extremely obnoxious.
George isn't at home. Please leave a message at the beep.
So he's deliberately singing that out of tune because it's funny, right? He had to exaggerate how badly he sang out of tune because he's a Broadway actor.
Yeah, I know. I know GLaDOS, actually, her voice actor had to do the same for when she sung the ending songs for Portal, because she's an opera singer.
Yeah,
and she has a tremendous vocal range, and she had to like deliberately stifle her range so it sounded convincingly robotic, which is just great.
Yeah, I love that. No, you're too good at your job. You need to roll it back.
You need to put it on the rock. You need to put on the Rock Lee weights.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye, Vanitas. We'll see you later.
Did I tell you one time? I injured my hand, so I needed to keep a brace on it. Back in like 2012, 2013 or so. Wait, this would be 2014 because I had moved into my apartment at that point. And I was playing Skyward Sword for the first time with my ex, and at one point she was like, your swings are not being registered. I think you need to keep the power limiter on, like when you have the brace on, because otherwise it doesn't register your movements.
Oh.
Because I was very stubbornly trying to play it left-handed.
That reminds me of one of the only things I'll give Game Grumps credit for, which is when they played Punch-Out on the Wii. Dan was playing, and he didn't know about how you could like move the nunchuck down to dodge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he just got insanely good at countering.
That's like primo video game moment, though. That makes sense.
I mean, he just found a way to become good at the video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he would be like, "This is really hard. I can't believe they expect you to do this." And it's like, you're not using one of the core mechanics of the game.
I swear, I think I did that my first playthrough of Devil May Cry.
Oh, where you didn't know that there was a dodge roll mechanic?
No, worse, Sarah, you were there for it. I didn't realize how Devil Trigger worked. I spent the entire game not using it.
That's very funny. That's a horrible way to play that video game.
And yet, Sarah, I beat it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's totally cool. It's just not very fun.
I think it's always interesting when a game's like we didn't quite manage to teach you this mechanic, but unfortunately for you, it is possible to proceed without learning it.
That's correct.
It is part of what I respect about like the later Dark Souls and Bloodborne design, where like, oh, they have early bosses in like Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne. It's the thing they have in common. There's a very early boss that is there to make sure you know how to do a specific combat technique. And if you don't do that combat technique, you're just going to get rinsed over and over and over and over again. And it's like the first fucking boss in the game. But as soon as you learn it, you're good.
Yeah.
Because that's them going, hey, just making sure. Hey, here's Father Gascoigne. You know how to parry, right? Do I know how to what? I said you know how to parry, right? Figure it out.
Hey, motherfucker.
I think my favorite version of that, very similar to Dark Souls, is outside of Metroid Prime 2, where you kind of need to learn the mechanic because it's in 3D. They never actually teach you directly how to use a wall jump or a Shining Spark. They just, in Super Metroid, they show it to you by showing an NPC doing it and expect you to learn on your own. And it's also optional. So to this day, those two mechanics have always been like in every Metroid game going forward, but they never explain to you how to do it.
That makes sense.
I just think it's fun to go, I did not learn the lesson put before me. Anyway.
Anyway, I still beat the game.
Hey, look, it's MIDI.
Kingdom Hearts related. Once again, my theory, my thesis statement of the characters in Dracula don't know they're in Dracula. Mickey was introduced in that cutscene with it saying, "Help the stranger defeat the masked individual."
I see.
Because Ventus has never met Mickey. He doesn't know who this guy is.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know that's Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Ventus just looking at them like, that's some sort of mouse. I wonder if his name's Michael.
Michael the Mouse. I'm Michael Eisner.
Oh no.
Oh no!
No.
Not
Oh,
like
no.
this.
That's Sadly, that's Mortimer.
Not like this. The last thing we need is Michael Eisner. Oh god. Ow, 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 ow. Stop it.
Well, better Eisner than Iger.
They're
Yeah.
putting the various Disney CEOs in the next Kingdom Hearts games as challenge bosses, like they did in Nier Automata.
Yeah.
My favorite. I despise Eisner for a great many things, including the horrible industrialization of the mouse. However, I will give two things to him. If it weren't for him, the Muppets would not exist as we know it. Like straight out.
That's true.
It is thanks to him that the Muppet Show even got off the ground and ended up the way it is. And two, most of the decisions made in the 80s, 90s, and early aughts was Eisner asking his kids what they would like, what they enjoyed
Yes.
and like.
Which is an insane way to run like a multi-billion-dollar business, and sometimes
Yeah.
it worked, and sometimes it definitely did not.
It worked once, which it
I get the idea in theory, like,
Mm-hmm.
well, the kids would know what the kids would like.
one guy ever pulled that off, and it was the guy who wrote Hausu.
That's correct, because he got his 10-year-old to write that movie.
Yeah, or like he
Telling
did
about
the
her dreams, basically.
yeah, because he did the writing, but he basically based all of it off asking his 10-year-old, like, hey, what do you think is scary? Like, tell me about some things that you think are scary. And a 10-year-old just suggested a bunch of shit, like, what if there was a piano that ate your fingers?
I do think it's important to have a 10-year-old on your staff
Yeah.
who will be like, no, that's stupid. Don't do that. But you
Wait,
shouldn't make decisions solely on what they say.
No,
You need the 10-year-old there, like you need like the vizier or like the visiting court wizard. You need the 10-year-old there to like violently vocally hallucinate at you.
You need the 10-year-old to be Jafar.
The 10-year-old is there to serve as your Inland Empire staff.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
It's mostly gonna say a bunch of useless bullshit, but sometimes it'll have a cool idea, like what if you put the tie in this bottle of alcohol to turn it into a spirit bomb?
Yeah.
You need your Inland Empire to be like, what if the tree had bones in it? And you'd be like, that's really scary, actually.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
You need the extra perspective provided by a 10-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a burnout 21-year-old.
Yes. We can fix the economy by paying 16-year-olds to say if movies are stupid or not.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
The problem has been is that they do that historically, and it's called a focus group, and that's why Jack 2 is like that.
Jack 2 is the best one. I don't know what you're talking about.
So we should-
all I'm saying is that if you were a big fan of Jack 1 for some reason, you might have gotten Jack 2 and be like, what the fuck is this?
I was a big fan of Jack 1. That's when I played Jack 2 and went, oh, this is much better.
Yeah, I was also a big fan of Jack 1, and I very much like Jack 2. I definitely respect Naughty Dog just being like, nah, we're just gonna copy Grand Theft Auto, it's fine.
But yeah, but what I mean I'm glad it worked out for Jack 2. I suppose I chose a bad example.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, like, what I'm trying to say is, we already do pay 16-year-olds to tell us if they think things are good or not, and what they do is they go, this is fake and gay, it should be more like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that's correct. That's a good point.
We also end up with things like in The Simpsons, like in this wonderful episode.
Oh yeah. You want something that's down to earth, but also crazy and full of robots. Yeah, and you should win things by watching.
Exactly. I guess we've lined up a really compelling argument for why we should not, in fact, have the children of Omelas coming to fucking tell us whether our movies are good or not.
Maybe not.
You might have talked me out of the idea. Maybe we should focus test it with children to see if they think it's a good idea.
No. I think we can skew the results very heavily depending on whether or not we have marshmallows.
Also, hey, look, everyone, it's Dylan and Nayless.
God, what? Oh my God, that dude with the orange hair got the good old just fuck me up.
The castle is presently closed.
He was
Somebody just came this way.
he was the late night fever dream Nomura design.
Yeah.
That guy used to have like a full long shoulder length head of hair, and then it got caught in a blender.
He's tired. He didn't have time to like style it the way he normally does in the morning. He had to get to work.
That man is Nomura's paralysis demon.
I see.
Radiant Garden shall not fall under the likes of you.
He dreamed of him sitting on his chest and asking him about it, filing taxes.
Stop! But you're just a child.
I think it's funny that like before they turn into Organization 13 members, they're just wielding like dinky versions of their primary weapons.
But that boy.
I was looking at the dude with the long black. I'm sorry, what?
I said, oh, I haven't.
I've been looking at the dude with the long black hair and sideburns and dramatic eyebrows. Like, I don't know, he's got like kind of a he's got a very unique looking guy, but it's not a bad design. And then he turns around and I see that his hair is dreadlocks, and I'm like, okay, what are you doing?
That's
Who are you?
Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's Nomura.
I don't know if you can
Nomura
pull.
design, baby.
I don't know if you can pull that off, buddy.
No, dreadlocks were popular back in this era because it was really easy to render hair as dreadlocks. Because you could have it like flow and do things, but you didn't have to model individual strands of hair.
That's true. You could just make a hair that's just kind of like a weird blocky shape.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's why Riku had braids in FF10 too. Because they could be like, look what we can do now.
Folks, I just got back home and I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't either. I also don't know how to do this last fight on synced, the Lost City of Andapur. So, that's fun. It's fine. I'm making it. Our healer doesn't know what they're doing.
Which fight? Is that the one with the Ebolas? Or
Yeah,
the other one?
Diabolos. It's okay.
I'm blanking.
12%. It's fine. We're almost done. But it was
just push
very
through it
for a minute there.
Yeah, I did that fight synced a couple months ago, but it's like I only did it synced the once, and I'm like, I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
My jaw hurts. Like, it's popping whenever I open it.
Oh, I hate that.
I had that for like a week or so, where like I would wake up and be unable to open my jaw fully.
It's weird.
My jaw doesn't pop whenever I open it, but whenever I yawn, one side of my jaw pops.
It's Alan Young, everyone.
I can make the right side of my jaw pop on command.
Oh, it's such a weird feeling.
He was what, like 93 at this point? He was not young at all.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, you don't have to.
That's like the curse name. That's like one of those names you get, and like, you know that you're gonna get a joke made literally every single year on your birthday, and then steadily increasing the more birthdays you have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in an old folks home and your last name's Young, forget about it.
Yeah, you just tap out.
Yeah, you just pretend that you're nonverbal and just let them like feed you through a tube or whatever.
Yeah.
If someone's cruel enough to make a Young joke at you while you're silently just sitting there staring at the ceiling, you are allowed to file a complaint and you will win the lawsuit.
Yeah, well, at that point, you just slowly turn your head to them and like you let your mouth hang open and like hiss.
Is the mother of industry?
You just pop right up like you're the healthiest you've ever been. Like, listen up, you motherfucker! I've heard that joke for the last time. I'm gonna break your knees.
You grab them by the shoulder and you go, "No one will ever believe you," and then you sit back down. This is so fucking cute. Ventus helps Scrooge out, and he's like, "Here you go, lad. Here's some passes to Disney World. Go have some fun."
And also 2 others for grown-ups.
Yeah.
Because you can't do that by yourself.
I love. I think I said this last time, but like, the line actually in Japan is, "He said to bring my parents." Yeah, Christy, I also need a Scrooge McDuck in my life. I'd love to, like, man, we could have cool billionaires like Scrooge McDuck who, like, actually go on adventures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But instead we get lame shit billionaires who don't do anything.
That's
They don't
correct.
spend their money actually.
And not on cool things, just on buying Twitter.
What we need to do is convince Elon Musk to buy a bin full of gold and convince him that he can dive in it like Scrooge McDuck. And then the problem just solves itself.
That's right. And then you have a big treasure chest, and then you go on an adventure because now there's a giant vault full of gold.
Yeah, and a single skeleton haunting it.
That's right.
That's a funny Bethesda skeleton right there.
That is, oh fuck! Could you
That's actually a
imagine?
really good idea.
Could you imagine if in what's it? Hard Dead Money? Mm-hmm. Like you open the vault and there is like a skeleton on top of the gold.
But like it's like a gold, but it's like gold in a pool,
Yeah.
right? Instead of gold bars, it really
got-
looks like gold in a pool,
it's
and
a
he like
really-
obviously has head trauma.
It's really funny because like the entire body is like still kind of sticking up in the air, like
Yeah,
legs are like just kind of waggling around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so great.
That's exactly what I
Almighty.
need. Oh, you know what? I can just buy another fire. I don't need to actually. Or actually, you know what? Do I? Can I make Blizzara yet? I need another Blizzara.
What am I doing?
Oh, I wish I knew Saturn.
Saturn, I'm sorry.
What am
I don't know what I'm doing because I was going to draw,
Mm-hmm.
and I have once again lost my tablet pen.
No, that's
Oh,
alright.
how do you keep doing it?
I was. The problem is like, I have Berseria, but I've already committed to starting that tomorrow. That's going to be my tomorrow project. Start Berseria.
That's a good idea.
But I don't know what to do tonight,
Hmm.
and I don't want to start Berseria
Interesting.
tonight because it's already like 10. It's already like 10:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's Friday.
Do you have
Yeah.
any FGO interludes you need to do?
I
Now,
guess.
now, Saturn, what I will say, in the term of starting a lengthy JRPG like Berseria, if you start it now and play for like an hour and call it there, that'll get you out of the intro.
That's true. There's
You'll-
prologue.
You'll be in the proper game the next time you boot it up to do like a serious play time tomorrow.
That's just not how my brain works.
That's fair.
I need to get the momentum, or I'm never gonna act. Like I'll start it, I'll do the hour, like cool, I'll visit this tomorrow, and then I'll never boot it up again.
That's correct.
Okay.
I'm glad Saturn understands how my brain works.
No, I
Yeah,
get
that-
that. Like I mentioned yesterday, I have the opposite of that problem, whereas I'll get to the last save point in a game and then never beat the boss because like,
That's correct. I'm really guilty of that one.
Like, well, I'm not gonna boot it up and just like play for like 20 minutes and call it. That's why it took me 5 years to beat Breath of the Wild.
Like for me, it's like, you know, like with Umineko. I started
When you beat the
episode
final
1.
boss of Umineko,
Yeah. But like I started episode 1, and I made sure I was like, whatever happens, I'm going to get through episode 1, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to commit to that and doing that in the fastest amount of time possible. Because if I stop in the middle of episode 1, I am literally never going to pick this up again. Mm-hmm. And that's like not even a reflection of how I felt about it. It's just like I know that's how my brain works.
Yeah.
Because I'll think like, oh, but then I have to remember where I am, and then the desire to play it's gone.
yeah.
Anyway, I probably have some interludes I can do.
Interludes are always fun because it's like plot-ish content, but also like it's not very long. It's not very difficult, and sometimes it's actually surprisingly difficult. I guess I should give you that warning. And you get free quartz for it. So every 10 you do, you get 10 quartz. So
I have like a chunk of interludes to do, actually. I have like 8 of these things.
oh yeah, there you go.
I just never do them because they're like 3 menus deep, and I just don't think about it.
Yeah,
Interludes?
I get that
Do your
too.
interludes, do your rank ups. Always do your rank ups.
I know. It's literally just, I have so many of them to do.
That's
and
right.
it's down like 3 menus deep, and I'm always just like, I'll do this another time, and then I forget.
Yeah, like
That's why you have me.
I finally started doing rank ups like a little while ago, and I was like, oh, these are rank ups. They actually like make a big difference.
Yes.
I don't have enough characters to do much yet, except for like the baby little servants. But since I had to start over from the beginning, because they never got back to me on that.
Aww.
There might be a backlog, depending.
That is also possible, but you know, like, in a week or two now. Like, since it's all like the little baby stuff, like the 1 and 2-star servants, I'm working on just trying to get them to 4th Ascension, which is difficult when we're kind of in like not a content drought, but they're at that point where they're like, most people have already like done the things, so we're not going to do those old events where like you get login reward bonuses for you know, like showing up 14 days in a row and giving you just a shit ton of mats.
Well, yeah.
There is one still, but it's just embers and quartz, which is really hard to get. Like, that's useful, but now I need to grind for all of this stuff, and everybody's at level 25 and can't get me higher.
Well, you know, of course, you don't have to do all of it at once. Just pick a few. You like don't need to stress out about it too much as long as you're leveling the servants you use a lot. You have a Tomacat. Congratulations.
Yeah, Tomacat!
Yeah, good job.
She's getting a costume in a couple of days.
That's right.
Oh, that's cool, I guess.
Time to fight this boss again.
I'm gonna get...
I did find what's gonna give me something to do. You know what that is?
What?
Here.
I'm still so mad you got shooting judge.
Yes!
I haven't done her interlude yet, and she's like the only good assassin I have, and so I'm like, I should probably do that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh wait, that reminds.
Oh, hold on. I don't know if they're here yet. So as a side note, Saturn, if you look at your list of interludes, sometimes you'll see only gives quartz, sometimes you'll see quartz. Ah, damn it! I'll be right back. Damn it!
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Gotta run back over to my coat. So I was going to... It's payday, and it was a particularly sizable payday. So I'm gonna whale tonight.
Yeah!
Oh! Now, do you have a specific target in mind? Because I know there is going to be a pool update, there's going to be a new character in a couple of days.
Who's the new character?
Miss Crane.
Does nothing for me.
Alright, just checking.
I know that since we still have a couple of days to do it, I'm gonna try and see if I can get Moriarty.
Oh.
Because, Artoria Lancer Altar is the other big one on that one, and I can make use of that if I use any of my old compositions that I used to have, so. Granted, it requires me slowly working my way up to, like, getting those again, but, you know.
At least you'll have the servant.
Oh god, I hated this boss. I'm sorry you have to deal with that, Ben.
Oh, I mean, this is the one you fight 3 times, because you have to fight him with each character.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much.
It is just a retreading of the guard armor from Kingdom Hearts 1.
That might be another reason I dislike it. What is going on? I'm getting some feedback on my speaker. What is going on? Hello? What are you doing? Oh no, I think this tower that I bought has like really broken ass audio ports, because now my other audio port is starting to break.
Uh-oh.
No!
I am so mad. Those are so hard to resolder too. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Finally, got one part down.
Ish.
At least I'm only on beginner mode doing this one. Like, this boss is a fucking pain in the ass, I'm proud. Also, because Terra and Aqua can't stay alive, and there's nothing you can do about it because they're not technically real party members, because they don't exist in Birth by Sleep. This should do it. Gotcha!
Got him.
We make a good team.
Sure do. Oh yeah.
Sure do.
I got you these tickets.
Oh, Jesse McCartney.
Lifetime passes to Disney Town. He said to take 2 grown-ups.
God, I love that line.
You mean us?
No, Ven, don't get the fast pass. It's a scam. Go watch the video about it.
Mein Gott, this line is full of slow and moving.
You saw the boy in the mask?
Yes?
Are you for real?
Vanitas. Ven, you let Aqua take
You are for real. Why are you?
I want to go with you guys.
You can't. We have a dangerous task ahead of us. I don't want you to get hurt.
And what is this dangerous task, Terra? It doesn't sound like what the Master told you to do.
Don't be a snitch,
It
Aqua.
might be a different route, but I'm fighting the darkness.
I'm not so sure. I've been to the same worlds as you, and I've seen what you've done. You shouldn't put yourself so close to the darkness.
Listen to yourself, Aqua. Terra would never.
You mean you've been spying on me? Is that what he said to do? The Master's orders?
He was only...
Aqua.
I get it.
Terra.
Just stay put. I'm on my own now. All right?
Terra, please, listen. The Master has no reason to distrust you, really. He was just worried.
You're awful, Aqua.
So now you know the truth. That the Master loves you.
Oh,
And you
I'm glad I went to go do this. The Shitendoji interlude is extremely good.
Oh, good.
Aqua. Now that you're a Keyblade Master, you've let it go to your head. I'm gonna go find Terra.
Well, that went well. This way.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, my order got here right as I was talking.
Oh,
So,
that's okay.
you know how it is.
Mhm.
Anyways, what I was trying to say is that if you're doing an interlude and it shows the quartz and then it also flashes to a little sword symbol,
Yeah,
that
little
means
gold
it also,
coin sword on it.
yeah, that means it also powers up their noble phantasm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fancy.
So
I'm glad you reminded me that I needed to do this because I started with the Shuten Doji one, and it's really good.
yay!
Yay.
As much as we joke about it, good lord, the down badness for Kintoki.
Yay!
Good god.
We really want that boy.
Really wants that golden bone.
Meet the only character in Kingdom Hearts who is allowed to age.
Yay!
Christy says, I love the thought of Sarah walking away mid-sentence because food arrived.
I can't help myself.
Like, not out of urgency of, talking to the delivery boy, but just, food.
I can't let the delivery person sit out in my yard while I'm talking about Fate Grand Order.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but you shouldn't.
What you do, Sarah, is that you just get a wireless headset, and then you continue the conversation while opening the door so that they think you're a crazy person.
Well, they already think I'm a crazy person. Folks,
Yeah.
how is everybody tonight?
I'm doing real good, actually, because I
Good.
can play
Right,
Kingdom Hearts.
I love it when people are happy.
I love it when people are slappy.
And happy bappy.
That's right.
Also, I'm very
Why are you
excited
sitting like that?
because tomorrow I get to have Korean barbecue.
Ooh.
Ah, fuck.
As like an early birthday thing?
Yeah. Hanging out with
Yeah.
friends and getting some of that. We're getting like the grill table thing.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah. My birthday is technically in 4 days, but that's at a Tuesday, so we're not going out for dinner on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just doing it early. My birthday is the same day that Forbidden
Taxes
West,
are due.
Yeah, the Forbidden West DLC comes out.
Yeah, that too.
But more importantly, taxes are due.
Yeah.
Folks, do your taxes if you haven't done them yet.
Do your taxes. It's kind of like taking the turkey out of the freezer for Thanksgiving. If you're reading this now, it's too late.
It's too late.
If you're single with no dependents, and you have like just W-2s and 1099s and stuff, and also you live in a state where you don't have to file state income tax, you can also file your taxes with the help of Anime Tax 73000.
Yes. Now, we would
Suppose you
recommend you
could.
not do that, but it's a possibility if you want to take that option.
It is actually, if you fit the qualifications, completely safe because it's not an online thing.
Yeah, nothing after the internet.
It's literally just like, hey, we have this configured, so if you're a single person with no dependents and you don't have state income tax, this just auto files the actual just IRS forms with the info that you punch in, and just gives you the PDFs when you're done.
It's so funny.
Yeah. God, Enzo was so cute as a little kid. He turned into a real shithead.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I'm looking for a friend of mine. He's a tall guy dressed kind of like me.
Ven keeps saying that Terra's kind of dressed like him. I really don't see it.
In the outer gardens. Just follow this road.
Like, they don't dress similarly. Like, I guess vaguely in the sense they both have, like, armor on one arm.
Yeah, and they got baggy pants and like a little strap across the chest. Yes.
But that's really about it. Like, Terra is way more, like you said, Ventus is ska punk, and Terra's like a samurai.
He's like a jock, yeah.
Oh, sweet, I got reversed.
Man. I'm having a frustrating time because I literally have to take out one. Ow, fuck. I have to take out one of my earbuds because I'm getting horrible audio feedback because I'm pretty sure my my audio driver has completely failed on me.
Oh.
no.
I'm gonna dip for a second and see if I can just restart my computer. See if I'll fix it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, do I have 2 fire rests now?
Sarah, if you want, I've posted screenshots in the Type Mood chat.
I do have
Yes!
fire rests. Okay.
Because I'm just like, good god.
So I'm gonna need you and... Or actually, can't I just go buy Blazzaras now? I think so. Go back to the inventory. Item shop.
I love her. She's just so thirsty.
Also, I just love the Romani bit there, which is that it's his 2 lines of dialogue to indicate that he has been successfully compelled into putting a bunch of fake Kintokis into the battle simulation so he can fight 7 Kintokis at the same time.
Oh, Romani. What a stupid asshole. I love you, Death.
The problem is he's completely right. He's like, wow, you're really hot. Okay, I'll do whatever you say.
I'll do anything you say, Susan.
That's correct. That's the way you do it. Live your life.
Oh, hey, adventure coffer.
Hey, that could theoretically be a fat chunk of money.
Let's see.
It could also not be.
It could also be metallic
It
green.
could
Let's
even
find
be-
out.
It could even be a boat.
It is 2 pots of general purpose metallic blue. Thanks, Pippa.
I mean, at least it's one of the okayer looking metallic
Well, you
ones.
can use that to dye your boat.
I'm gonna dye my
Still
boat.
doing it.
Maybe it's your headphones?
It's not my headphones because if I take out the headphones, it'll go back to my speakers and I can hear my speakers doing it.
Weird.
And I can't just go to a direct audio jack anymore because the front one on my tower is completely burnt out for whatever god awful reason.
Weird.
That's really weird.
When I really need you.
It literally didn't do this until I switched over to Windows 11 is what really pisses me off.
You're my friend.
I'm not surprised.
Like something about it has like
You're right.
there is an incompatibility and or I have like just shitty audio hardware on this computer and I didn't realize until later.
I've noticed that like when I got this computer, it had Windows 11 on it, and it's been completely fine. But I noticed that on my prior computer, which I upgraded to Windows 11, had a lot of problems.
Meh.
I still haven't upgraded on my desktop. My laptop came with Windows 11, so I didn't have a choice there. But I'm probably not gonna upgrade on here until it becomes like absolutely necessary. Like, didn't, I don't know if I put it on the docket for the week, but something, I think Steam recently dropped support for, 7 and 8.
Yeah, they did.
No.
And, like, it's one of those things where, like, it makes sense because a lot of those games are going to stop running correctly on their own anyway. But it's still like, oh, man.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
7's
Pete.
old.
Oh, 7 is ancient at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like thinking about it.
Like, we have some, like, people at our company that it's like, we have a computer on our network and it's like, this is a really old computer. How old? It's at Windows 7 on it.
Were you able to
Old as
find
balls.
When I was working at the ALF briefly, like I had like Windows 10 or whatever on my computer, my computer, and it's fine. The lady I reported to, like not like the boss, but like my direct superior, her computer had Windows Vista on it, and this was in 2021.
Wow,
Amazing.
that's amazing.
I was impressed that computer still worked.
That it even turned on in the first place.
I'm not surprised when a Windows 95 computer still works. I'm surprised when a Windows Vista computer still works.
Oh yeah.
It is funny because some of our servers, like our client servers, are Windows 8.
Yeah.
It is funny looking at Windows 8 and being like, wow, this sucked.
This was 9.
Like, Windows 7 was fine. Windows 8 was garbage.
They literally skipped 9 and went up to X because they were just like, you know what? We want to distance ourselves from 8 that much.
Mm-hmm. I really like the wooden training keyblade that Ven has.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cute.
They should give Mandracarta that.
Yeah.
You see all those dents and nicks you got?
I think Mandracarta could be a Keyblade wielder.
Each one of those is
Mandracarta, absolutely. He's got a pure enough heart, despite being a 30-something-year-old man.
Yeah, I was just saying the world's first unemployed 30-year-old Keyblade wielder.
Look, if Master Xehanort can wield the Keyblade, and he can be a 90-year-old man, anyone can.
That's true.
In your hand, take this blade. And so long as you have the makings, then through this simple act of taking, its wielder you shall one day be made.
There's an interesting Shuten detail in this interlude, actually, that, like, they glaze over a bit, and I'm like, that doesn't sound familiar. Which is that she mentions, because, like, you know, I know a bit of, like, not like a ton, but, like, I've know a bit about, like, the, like, original, like, Shuten Doji, like, legend, right? It's like the legend of Mount Oe and whatever. But she mentions in the dialogue that she's like, you know, she's like, oh yeah, I'll tell you some stories or whatever, but she's mentions like, I prefer to keep it till after I came back to Japan though. Because that's what I can really remember. And you're just like, after you came back to Japan? She's like, well yeah, I was born on the continent, but you know, I don't remember it that well, so I guess it makes sense that those stories didn't get passed down. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Shuten?
Huh, that's interesting.
Because it's like, you get that a bit with Tamamo also, right? Because like it's like, oh, Tamamo no Mai, she has the whole Japanese legend there, but there's like similar legends in Chinese myth, and it's like, oh, the suggestion that they're the same, you know, being across all of them. But I don't think Shuten Doji has anything like that. So like, what the fuck?
Hey kids, look, it's Axel and Saix.
Oh my god. It's every kid I went to high school with.
Yeah, because they were inspired by this little freak.
Oh god.
I hate to tell you this, Saturn.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts is Homestucks.
Kingdom Hearts.
You tell me that like I don't know!
Hope you're ready.
I'm lucky that this particular Homestucks didn't get its hooks in me the way some other deviant Homestucks have. I'm unfortunately, much in the same way that there are people who are susceptible to gambling addictions, but don't actually derive any joy from gambling, but they do get really into gacha, right? I'm someone who is tragically really preternaturally disposed to Homestucks. And it's unfortunate because, like, very few of them are good.
That's why Umineko got you, I see.
Yeah, what if we made a Homestuck but it was good? That's also why Project Moon got me, because Project Moon is also like, what if we did Homestuck, but also it was a little bit more like Fate Stay Night?
And of course, Fate Stay Night is just also what if Homestuck was good.
What if Homestuck had more explicit sex in it?
That's correct. What if Homestuck and also King Arthur was a girl and wanted to have sex with you?
I mean, that may as well happen in Homestuck.
Okay,
that might actually happen.
I think we're veering a little far away from what Homestuck was at this point, but I get your point.
Are we though?
But are we really?
Are we though? I think it's funny that it takes till Kingdom Hearts 3 for Axel to be like, wait a minute, Ventus and Roxas look exactly the same.
Well, no one ever said Axel was a clever man.
No, he is kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
For a man who wants everyone to remember him, he does a pretty poor job of remembering other people sometimes.
That's correct. Hypocrite.
I know I won't forget you. Believe me, I try all the time. See?
That's a mean thing to say to your boyfriend, Isa.
It's funny that you say that, Ben, because I just got the wind knocked out of me by Shutendoji calling Kentucky, quote-unquote, sweaty little boy. You can't just call them that while there's people around. He'll get really embarrassed.
And you can't just say things like that in public.
It's mean. Don't do that.
Also,
she's like, hell, I can't.
Fun Kingdom Hearts fact: they didn't want that. Initially, Nomura did not want that to be Lee and Isa. He wanted it to be young versions of Leon, Yuffie, and Aerith.
Mm-hmm.
But then he realized he was cramming way too many characters into the game that could barely run on its own. So he's like, no, we'll lean back a bit.
He understands.
This
is just a PSP game, Nomura-san.
It would have been cool, but like they only have so much space and time.
Mm-hmm.
We get Zack, that's good enough. I would have actually really liked to see punk shithead young Cloud though.
I agree.
With his stupid sprouty ponytail.
I love his sprouty
That would have been
ponytail.
hilarious.
Oh god, I have even more Shutendoji. I thought I only had like the 1 2-node bit of Shutendoji, but then I finished it, and now it's like we have a new 3-node bit of Shutendoji.
That's correct. Congratulations.
Wow.
You thought you were done with Shutendoji? She'll tell you when you're done.
Oh, I bet she will.
Yeah, thank God.
God, I don't like navigating Disney Town because I think it is very garish.
Uh-huh.
I love Pete in Disney Town though. Mm-hmm. I love him just being the most obnoxious dork ever.
I'm glad Pete gets to be a common writer.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him.
I'm just trying to make some friends.
I mean, he's allowed, I guess.
He's allowed. No, it's fun to see him like being like classic cartoon Pete.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's just this weird troublemaker who's just going around causing mischief.
The problem is that he was never... I don't think he was ever actually that. He's always been a horrible person. Because, like the earliest one I can think of is him trying to rub out Mickey because Mickey's about to narc on him for selling not just marijuana but like watered down marijuana with sawdust in it.
Oh. Well, that's a
the 30s were a weird time.
Right. Thanks.
And kid, don't you go.
Narking on your friend for selling weed is bad, but narking on your friend for selling weed that's like half sawdust is good. I know that's weird.
Yeah.
That's them's the rule.
No, but Sarah, you gotta remember, we like stems, we like seeds.
Well, yeah, we like stems, we like seeds. That's not sawdust.
That's not sawdust. Yeah.
That's just previously
That's a 2x4.
formed sawdust.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I can.
If you take those stems and seeds and you ground them up, you get sawdust.
Now, I'm not trying to cut the weed, but I do put the Italian seasoning in it to give it that extra sort of pizza flavor.
One of my favorite Achewood strips ever is the one where Theodore and Ray's nephew are talking, and they're like, "Do you like cooking?" "Yes. I also like using lots of oregano." "Oh, can I get some oregano?" "Yes. Here is 5 ounces of oregano." And then Theodore's like, "Let me tell you a fun story about my childhood. I would always hide $50 in the box of light bulbs in the linen closet.
God, I haven't seen Murasaki's normal servant design a bit because I most recently saw her in LB 5.5. I'm like, good lord, ma'am.
You're Murasaki's.
You are extremely Murasaki.
Two big Murasaki's.
That historical kimono dress does a lot to obfuscate the intensity and gravity of the Murasakis.
That's correct.
The beach ball-esque sheen and shape of the Murasakis.
You know, Raida knows what he's about. Is it always good? No. Well, actually, I think Murasaki's design.
I'm gonna say, I was gonna say right then and there, Sarah, I would do anything to be built like a Raita.
I couldn't possibly blame him. It's not always my steez, but like, I feel like there are artists in FGO who I respect less.
Yeah, me too.
I at least respect Raida, even if it's like, I'm not necessarily here for like the hyper stuff. But like, good for him. He makes it work.
Yeah.
They're cool character designs, even if they're like super over the top, but like, that's fine.
I really like specifically Murasaki's second ascension, which is just like her first, but with like the little librarian shawl over glasses. Like, that's a great design. It's cute. I love it. I think she's just great. She's her much like Raiko. Her summer design is insane. It's just like, okay, wow.
Yeah, all of her ascensions are different outfits, and none of them make any fucking sense.
All of them are completely insane. That's correct.
They put Summer Murasaki in specifically was right. It's like, hey, I want to draw Murasaki in some outfits. Can we like get something made of her?
Yeah, can we please just put her in Summer 5? And it's like, sure, I guess.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
You're welcome. Summer Murasaki. I'm gonna look at them because they're insane.
And also for what it's worth, even though like there's a lot of Raita designs I'm not like super crazy about, there's also Shuten Doji.
That's correct, which is one of the best ones in the game.
The fucking 10 out of 10 A+, and like, like normal Kentucky isn't really like, I think I'm not exactly my favorite, but like fucking Heian Kyo Kentucky is like fucking great.
Yeah. Boy, I forgot how insane Murasaki's third summer ascension is.
Yeah?
Hold on. Please hold.
No, I'm aware, but for the class.
Hold, please.
That's correct.
It's just a lot. There's just a lot going on. You know?
Uh-huh. I have to, like I said, I'm confident she's there because Raita drew some designs like, hey, do you need any of these? And like one of like whoever does like the approval and everything just look at them like, yeah, we'll make a servant for these.
I will say,
which one? No, all of them.
I can work with this.
I will say, my favorite thing about his two summer designs he's done is that he inexplicably finds a way to like fit in the schoolgirl outfit as well.
Uh-huh.
And it's like really funny to me.
It's great because it's like even in the context of the event, her second ascension being schoolgirl cosplay makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
No sense whatsoever.
I failed that? What the fuck?
Like that's also why I think it's the grab bag, right? Because literally he's like, this would be a cool skin. Would you like make this skin for her? And like, we're just gonna make it an ascension art for the summer thing. He's like, really? All right.
Sure. Okay.
Shit. Okay.
Fine by me. If you guys want to pay me for it.
Well, blow my door down. Wish me a happy birthday.
I'm so glad I taught all of you that one.
I'm extremely happy.
It's correct. I mean, it's just a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
So when did they put Shuten Doji in the game originally?
With Shimosa.
Oh right, she's in Shimosa. Wait, so she wasn't in the game.
Romani in that.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, I don't remember her being like, unless it's an event thing. It might have been an event thing.
I don't remember.
Because I'm like, I don't remember her being contemporary with the period of the game in which that dialogue would have been possible to have.
Mm-hmm.
I to look this up now. When did they play Hill?
Oh, someone's trying to spam on my account. I'm not allowing that.
Somebody like come join my stream, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, go to hell, buddy.
I'm surprised that stuff doesn't get caught by the auto mod, frankly.
Oh,
God damn it. It's not fair.
So, like, when did you release?
Why are you so loud?
Is it still giving you audio problems?
I cannot get it to stop. It is just like crackling in my left ear.
Hmm.
damn, because my stream settings aren't set up, I can't just block this person.
Just Ben is fine.
But if they're only gonna post once, then whatever, fine.
So that's the English release day, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have been 2016 in Japan?
Yeah. 2 years behind. Always subtract 2 years.
Yeah, I'm just assuming that, because like if it's 2018 in Japan, that would have been like late.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, there was an event first, I think.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
There's an event called...
Oh, that's right. It's the one where you get Ryder Kentucky. It's
It's
Onigashima.
demonic... Oh, that's not the one. There's one on here called Demonic Capital Rashomon. And that's listed as our first, as I think our first banner on here.
I know that there was Onigashima, which is where we get Onigashima.
Oh wait, no, that might be a significantly later banner. I'm not sure.
So that's what he meant.
I don't. None of the various Fate Go resources are particularly easy to navigate when you're looking for this kind of archival information specifically.
Let me see. Onigashima came out in July of 2016.
That sounds nice enough.
Well, she was like her first release was 2 months before that.
So then there must have been another thing.
Which is what I think.
Okay.
Is that what? One second.
Yeah, Onigashima is where you get Ryder Kentucky, who is awesome and will never be re-released ever.
Oh yeah, there was a challenge event in May of 2016 called the Demonic Capital Rashomon, and that's just where her first appearance was.
Interesting.
I just realized that whole cutscene was 4 instances of Rusty Taylor talking to herself.
Yeah, that's great.
It was Queen. It was Minnie and the triplets.
And when did Grand Temple of Time come out? That was that 2017?
Yes.
Okay, so that would have been during the Singularities then. Okay.
Yeah, because the whole deal with the first order is that they have like
Star
a year
Wars?
to fix the singularity problem.
Right. Okay. We figured it out.
We did it.
We solved a really important mystery of tons of stakes and bearing on anything at all.
Doesn't matter to anybody but us. Don't worry.
It mattered to me because I had Kara shooting Doji. I'm so glad she's getting a costume and that I have her.
You can wear her pregnancy costume.
It's fine. She's allowed. Good for her.
Good for Kentucky.
She finally got it.
Good for her. She got to be the hamster on that banana. Good for her.
I've said before that she couldn't trick that dick out of him with a box propped up with a string with a colorful candy bun under it, but she figured it out.
She got it.
Look, we've been through this. I got 2 words for you. Student.
Peanut, why do you look so sad?
Peanut wants to know who you're laughing with.
That's correct.
Peanut? You saw Peanut?
I still have Peanut.
Peanut. Little Peanut.
He my buddy.
He's the most wonderful little gremlin in the world.
This is my favorite scenario in Birth by Sleep because it's Ven, Zack, and Hercules hanging out, and they are 3 of the dumbest, most excited teenagers you could imagine. And it's great because all they do is enable each other. I really hope Zack shows up in Kingdom Hearts 4 because we'll have a chance for the three of them to be reunited.
I guess that makes sense. Can TMJ just onset very quickly?
TMJ?
Temporomandibular joint disorder.
Can what?
Can like TMJ disorder? Oats, you might know. You know TMJ, like basically jaw pain.
Yes.
Can that just come on extremely quickly? Because like this just kind of started out of nowhere in the last couple hours.
I think generally not, but
it generally kind of builds up, but since it's usually caused by either teeth grinding or extremely poor posture, it's usually something similar to a headache where you can kind of feel it coming on as well.
Yeah, maybe I just wasn't paying attention to it. It's just so like, it's just so weird.
I will also say, like, more so than I also like like, are you just like specifically just having jaw pain in general?
Yeah,
or
it's
like...
just like it's when I open my mouth it hurts more, but like it's just kind of like sore at the very back of my jaw and like into my ear.
Into your what?
Into my ear.
That might be like that might be like a nerve pain of some kind. I don't know what specifically, but like if it's very sudden like that and like you can't think of any like specific recent like acute trauma that would be related to, and especially if you're also feeling it in your ear, that might just be you're having some nerve discomfort for some reason or another.
I see.
Don't like the sound of that.
No,
I don't mean like that. I don't mean that in a very like in a serious, concerning way. I just mean like you have a lot of nerves back there.
Yeah.
It should be noted that TMJ's like because it's specifically pain on the tendon that's right next to your ear canal. It is possible for like ear aches or like an ear infection to be to misattribute to jaw pain. But sorry, I'm having a hard time concentrating with this fucking noise going off in my ear.
Yeah, you're having your own earache.
Yeah. I guess walk me through the pain and I'll see what I can do for you.
I mean, it's fine. I'll just go take some Advil thing, but like it's just weird, I guess is what I'm just.
It's a weird pain? How?
It's just kind of achy. Like it's like
a dull ache?
Yeah, it's in like kind of toward my molars and like in my ear, you know? It's weird. I'm just gonna go take some Advil, I guess, and
yeah, take some Advil. Are you having any like? Is it giving you any difficulty moving your jaw around?
No, but when I open my jaw, it pops.
I guess like I think the thing that Oates is concerned about for TMJ is like if you feel like you're having mechanical difficulty, right? Because if there's a ligament issue or a tendon issue there, then you're going to actually feel that because it's going to be impacting how you open and close your jaw.
Yeah, because if it's tendon pain there, then it does directly like TMJ is a tendinitis, so it would do more than just cause discomfort or pain. It would also directly affect your ability to move your jaw.
I mean, not really.
Having it pop isn't necessarily isn't necessarily anything that could also be caused by you having like an infection in your ear. Might be causing that popping by putting pressure on that tendon and causing air bubbles to like build there.
Okay, interesting. It's very, it's just weird. It's very weird. Don't mind me, folks. Going over my health problems while I'm on, I realize is probably not great content, so don't worry about it.
Melissa says, let's out a very strained peanut.
What?
Melissa just let out a very strained and exaggerated peanut.
No.
Peanut!
The baby.
Peanut! Everybody loves peanut.
I want to meet that nut.
You gotta meet that nut. I wish you could.
No, it sounds like the way things are going. Whenever I visit, I might still be there. You might not have to schedule that one.
We'll see. Mom went down to Florida today, and she says she's coming back in a month to get all her shit.
Oh.
So we'll see.
Like, I see. So, like, she's moving down there?
Yeah, her and her dude got a fucking job down in Miami. God,
there you go.
So what you mean is that she is now far enough away that it's not your problem?
Yeah, except for the fact that I still have Peanut. I don't mind.
You know, that might just be a small price you gotta pay.
That's the small price I gotta pay.
For some peace and quiet.
I mean,
For some
I
peanut
don't
and quiet.
I don't really want my mom to be that far away from me.
That's fair.
Peanut. But everybody does. Well, everybody loves him except for when I go on walks and he's like avoiding us because he's a pit bull, and it's like, I get it, but he's on a leash, and I have a grip on the leash.
I have a suggestion, and I don't know if Peanut's gonna cotton to it, but I think it would immediately assuage all people's concerns. You gotta put a cute little bow on that collar.
Yeah.
You should.
If you make Peanut look like a little fancy lad, they're gonna know immediately. Oh, I have nothing to worry about from this.
Right.
You put a little pink bow on that boy, and no one is gonna be afraid of him.
That's a good point. He's just a sweet baby. He's just the sweetest baby in the world. Nobody understands. Well, Oates understands.
I want to understand.
I think I fixed it.
Yay!
No, god damn it, it's going off.
No!
Now it's going on both. I need to do something. These fucking... Hold on. I will be back.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh no! I'm in the Shutendoji rank up quest. Formation restriction. Cannot use Shutendoji.
Oh no! That's the whole point!
I do always think it's funny when you get just regular story progression nodes, and it's like, here, we're gonna introduce this new servant, and it's gonna be like, the primary character. And look, they're a saber. So what are we fighting this time, archers?
I mean,
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, they do that all the time.
Oh, okay.
It's really funny. It happens a lot. Like, it happens in Shimosa, obviously, because you have a lot of fights where it's like you're bringing Musashi with you. I know you love her, and she does not stack up for this fight, but you're bringing her tough shit. But it's also really funny when they do that at the beginning of LB3 or whatever, where it's like, here's Nasia. I mean, your very first fight is you just have Nasia and you're fighting a bunch of enemies that Nasia is weak to.
That's just a bunch of sabers, and you're just like, okay.
All right. Well, this isn't Did you do it randomly? Did you just pull them out of a hat? What these?
This is
the
purpose of the plug suit.
That's right.
It's like, oh, they want me to put Nasia on the front line? Okay.
Well,
that's what I ended up doing a lot for Shimosa, is they have a fight where it's you have to have Musashi as not only in your lineup, but also in the front line. And I'm like, no I don't.
I'm not doing that.
Musashi baby, I love you. Get the fuck back there.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, Musashi.
Your busters are very big, but I need someone with class advantage.
I'm bringing somebody who's meant to do this job. Oh, Peanut, I know, buddy. My piggy.
Ritsuka just looking Musashi dead in the eyes like, King Protea goaded low-key when killing cavalry is the vibe.
I'm replacing you with this giant baby, literally.
It's like, oh, what's the giant baby do? It's like, well, if they're a caster, an assassin, or a rider, she punches them in the dust.
She literally turns them into a grease smear on the floor. You know.
And Musashi's like, alright, Chief, I can't do that one.
Fair. You know what? I can't be mad about that one, my man. Peanut.
It is what it is.
I slap your butt.
Oh my god, booty slapping?
Boo. 1-800 are you slapping?
Yes. Yes.
Haha, yeah.
He looks at me whenever I do it too, like, why are you doing that to me? Why are you slapping my butt? It's because I love you.
Mama, why you slap my ass? What I that gonna do to deserve this?
What I do to deserve this? Oh,
Shucks, Mama, I'm just a simple country time peanut. I don't know what I done did to get my ass slapped.
in slapper. You slapper.
I don't know why my mama is slapping my peanut. My pea butt, if you would.
But that's right. That's what I call him all the time. He's my pea butt, or he's my pinky, or my pig.
Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly.
That's when he's excited and like wagging his tail and stuff.
That's right.
Vibrating. He's Piggly Wiggly.
He's a piggly, and he's wiggly.
Quetzalcoatl.
Cuts.
I have her in my back line so that I can generate bond for her, as is tradition.
That's correct. You gotta get them servant coins.
I'm just like, baby, I got my front line's 2 Castorius and a Berserker Musashi, and it doesn't matter what the fight is. The 3 of you in the back line, you're on friendship duty.
You're there to cheer for me and be my friend.
You're there so we can play Smash Brothers while Musashi and the 2 Castorius do all the hard work.
That's correct. Oh god.
They should put Quetzalcoatl in Smash Brothers.
I can't wait for them to finally put Artoria in Smash Bros. It's gonna happen one day.
It has to happen someday.
Oh, that's never gonna happen. Sorry.
No, maybe.
No, if they can put Bayonetta in Smash, they can put Artoria.
It could happen someday.
If they can put Bayonetta, Snake, and Joker.
No, here's the problem. Here's the thing. And I get where you're coming from. But if you're gonna do Fate Rep on Smash Brothers, it has to be a Fate game you can play on a Nintendo system.
No,
which is why it's going to be Nero.
With an Artoria color scheme.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that's true because I don't think Kazuya was ever on a Nintendo console.
No, but like at that point, that's a franchise that's not ever on a Nintendo console, so it doesn't matter.
Kazuya's been in one. Hold on, let me look that up.
Was Kazuya ever on a Nintendo? Was Tekken ever on a Nintendo platform?
I don't think Tekken was ever on a Nintendo platform. I could be mistaken, but I feel like that was a PlayStation, Xbox, or PlayStation.
No. I was correct. There are 2 of them on the Game Boy Advance, 1 on the 3DS, and another on the original Game Boy. There's also a Wii U. There's also a Wii U port of, I think. Oh, I can't make out what the hell this Tekken is.
Oh, the Tekken on the Game Boy Advance sounds miserable.
I love it.
Well, it's just at that point a 2D fighter with a really bad Mode 7 background, right?
Yeah.
There's also the fact I should also point out Pokken is a thing, which means that like they still had it in whether or not it was consenting.
That's true. I guess
Pokken doesn't count.
It says Tekken in the name. That's a Tekken game. It counts.
Yeah, I guess. But like, is Kazuya even in it?
No, it's only
That
Pokemon.
would actually be super funny if the Pokken story mode ends with you just fighting a Tekken character.
You fight Kazuya as he's trying to no, that's Heihachi. Never mind. I was about to make a cliff joke, but whatever.
Kazuya also does a cliff joke.
Mishima, it is my life's dream to defeat Pokemon in single combat.
Because Heihachi throws Kazuya off the cliff, and then I think in Tekken 5, Kazuya gets revenge by throwing Heihachi into the volcano.
Tekken rules. Stupid as fucking.
And in fact, because of the best friends, I know that in Tekken 3 or in Tekken 6, the story mode does a flashback where it has you play as Heihachi and throw your child's son into the volcano.
Awesome.
I know.
Hey, we got trouble. There's monsters loose in town, and if they get
I think I have a
you can forget about the match.
I think I have a broken wire in one of my speakers, unfortunately. So that is
Oh, well, that's a fixable thing.
just don't know which one it is, and I can't reach my the back head jack port, so there's no way I can pull out the audio. So I'm stuck with this for the rest of the night.
It sounds like it is just a really bad hardware issue. That's how many ports do you have on that tower?
So I have a mic and a headphone jack in the front. I have a secondary headphone jack in the front. Both of them are broken. And then I have a full audio jack system in the back, with subwoofers and everything, that I have normal speakers for set up, but it sounds like they've shorted out, or possibly my speakers themselves are broken. I can't tell which. But
do you use a USB mic, or are you using a headset?
I use a USB mic.
Does your USB mic itself have a headphone input?
No.
Okay.
Boo.
Why do you want to try that? Because I don't think it'll work.
I mean, I have a USB mic that has a headphone input, and then that's how I wire my headphones, because my jacks on my old PC were inconsistent, so I just never fucked with that.
Yeah, my mic here also has a headphone jack. I just don't use it because I don't want my I don't always have the mic plugged in. And I don't want to have to keep swapping in and out.
So, if it did, that would be a thing to try, but if it doesn't, it doesn't.
I mean, it does, but I've never been able to get it to work. So I'm not gonna bother.
It would be worth experimenting with, even if not tonight, tomorrow, just see if you can figure it. Because you'd have to set it it's technically a different output device, so you'd have to set Discord to do that. But if that does work, that would be a real quick way to find out if it's the cables or the drivers.
Strum, I don't think anyone has checked out gaming headsets. We don't really use that kind of tech here.
No.
Sorry, we record podcasts. A lot of us just have standalone mics for audio quality reasons.
I straight up cannot wear headsets. They hurt my ears too much. I can pretty much only use Apple earbuds. That's the only things I found that are actually comfortable for me.
I use the same kind of Sennheisers that, I actually use a fancier pair, but I used to just use the same pair, Sennheiser fucking $5.99s that Dan wears all the time, because, whether or not he's overly full of himself about his ear for audio quality, those are just the best headphones for the money, bar none, hands down, and they're super comfortable to boot, so it's win-win.
I have some nice Bose headphones, and I used to have some really good Razers, like headsets. But I don't know what to tell you. They've all been destroyed by this desktop at this point.
Your tech is just so cursed, though. It's unfair.
I mean, Ben, Sarah, and Saturn can attest. I don't really have particularly great luck with most things. Because anytime we do roulettes, they go significantly better if I'm not part of them.
That's not always true.
I wouldn't say like all the time, but consistently enough that it is a little weird. Okay, I got it to stop.
Yay!
I'm literally like old-fashioned like dad with an old TV set, holding my wire such that it is not like, for whatever reason, not picking up any weird interference or setting off horrific amounts of static in my left ear.
Mm-hmm.
I remember having to do that.
I've set my sights on being a hero too. I just don't run as fast, that's all.
Do not understand why it is like this. It drives me insane.
Who won then? I left first, so it's not
Video games forever.
Video
If
games
you're holding-
forever.
I was only seconds behind you.
Video games forever.
Hey, I never said I coached the winner. All I
Video
said was
games
I'd
forever.
send
I will
them
never
on the
die.
inside.
I'm gonna try and
Look, being
put
a
a
hero
pin
takes
in the
more
wall to
than
hold
just
it up in
muscle.
this
You gotta have
spot.
care about people.
So I really wanted to do something tonight that wasn't just this.
Time only one of you cared fast enough, and that makes all the difference.
Then that means...
Can I just say,
Oh, man.
I love Zack in Birth by Sleep.
I
That's-
know, I love this trio so much.
I just like Zack.
Zach's great. He's adorable.
Introduced myself.
In case you couldn't tell, folks, it's Zach.
Congratulations, Herc. Thanks, Zach.
It's Zach.
Yeah, well, we'll see if you're still thanking him.
Ah, it's good to hear Rick Gomez again.
Road ahead of you, champ.
Yeah.
Sarah, I feel like you'd know. Is there a reason that poor normal Sadaka Kentucky's hands look like that?
What do they even look like? Hold on.
Extremely like red and constricted and like his hands look like they're made of veins.
That's just right. That's just right, huh?
Oh, okay.
Right, huh?
Okay, I was wondering if there was like a thing there, but no, that's fine too.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
worry
just
about it.
that's just right, huh?
Like, it's just like they look like they're gonna fall off at any minute, you know?
Yeah, I guess he's got like. I guess I'm looking at his ascensions right now, and he's got like burning red hands.
You're leaving?
So I guess it's like a cool golden thing.
Golden.
Yeah, golden.
I actually have to look at his ascension.
Persona 4 the golden.
That would probably help. God Almighty, I forgot about his stage 4 art.
Yeah, it's insane, right? Like, good for Raida. You know what? What's it? Raida's an equal opportunity freak. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He knows what he's about.
Raida's like, I like titties of all kinds. Big
And I'm
fat
not-
dude titties.
And I'm
lady
not gonna
titties.
hide that.
No, he's not. And it's like, you know what? I respect it. I really do.
Okay, let me just do one more quick thing here.
Man, Kentucky has literally never had a skill upgrade ever. That's how fucking balanced this boy is. That's incredible. Good for him.
And Wellspring
Aw.
crystal.
He's exactly where he needs to be.
He literally the only thing he's ever got grade. And it's a really good one, so it's fine. It's like, okay, that's it.
There we go.
Apparently the red hand thing is a fucking, apparently that's supposed to be a manifestation of his madness enhancement.
Oh, that's funny. Good for him. He has an extremely low madness. What's his madness?
It's E.
It's E. Yeah, he has an extremely low madness. I think he has one. In the game.
He's only mildly delusional.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Extremely funny, by the way, that madness enhancement is usually a skill given to berserkers, right? Except for the standout one here is Kindness, who has
That's
madness
right.
enhancement EX. I love him.
That's why he's the best.
That's correct. Gives you an additional 12% buster effectiveness.
Nice.
I would love that. There's a couple other characters I'd love that on, frankly.
All right, folks, that's about 3 hours of streaming here, so I think I'm gonna call it for today. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure next time I stream stream Birth by Sleep, I'll have finished Ventus's campaign, which we're getting at a 2 session per campaign.
That's decent.
Setup here, which is pretty good.
That's pretty
clipping
good.
at a pretty good pace.
That is pretty good. Yeah, absolutely.
So I will catch you all later. Thanks for everyone for popping in, for keeping the stream and the chat active, and we'll see y'all next time.
Nighto.
Good night.
Rita.